Okay, folks, I am here and we are coming back. Just grabbing my notes here. And then I want to look at I want to monitor the Facebook, and I didn't even check to see if we're live, actually. So let me refresh. Yep, Jawsploitation 2 is running, and then Fright Lounge. Can you other guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
You can
great.
hear me?
Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome, folks. Welcome to episode 41 of Fright Lounge. And today's episode, well, first of all, the show. In the show, the best horrorologists in town, will get a discussion going about horror, not only for the seasoned horror fan, but as well as trying to help newbies and introduce newbies to the genre. I, of course, am your host, Rigor from the East Meets the West. Then is now podcast, the Cult Movie Lounge podcast, and a few websites like Soap Hub, Soap Central, and Collider. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts. The guy who's smoother than a double feature at the drive-in, Bill Van Ryn from Groovy Doom and Drive-In Asylum. Welcome, Bill.
Hey, nice to see you guys.
Hey, Bill.
Awesome, awesome. And a man who's as legendary as the guy who invented the snooze button, Owen O'Donnell. Welcome, Owen.
Yes, and I love that snooze button.
Awesome, awesome. So before we get into what we're talking about today, actually, last week was the Drive-In Super Monsterama, and I apologize to folks at home. I did not get a chance to get George and Jean on Then Is Now podcast to talk about it, nor were they able to join us tonight. I did invite them, but Sunday nights just didn't work out for them. So, Bill, tell us, give us a recap of how the night went on Friday and Saturday.
This was the warmest Monsterama ever. We have never had weather this warm for the September show or even for the April show. So this was exciting. And there was no rain in the forecast whatsoever. That said, at night, it does still get a little damp there because I was sitting there. You don't realize it until you go to stand up that you're covered in dew.
Yeah.
It's everything
Right.
that's sitting out with you is wet. But it was a great time, as always. You know, the selection was amazing. Do you want me to run down real
Yes.
quick the movies?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Friday
so
night.
bummed I didn't get to go.
I know. Friday night was Mark of the Devil. That was the first one. And then The Devil's Reign,
Nice.
which,
Shatner.
you know, Mark of the Devil, I've never seen that movie before. I thought I had, but after I started watching it, I realized that I didn't. And that
Oh, that's
movie
funny.
is really fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's they marketed it as the first movie rated V for violence,
Right.
and
Really?
it was just nonstop people being mean to each other, like cutting out their tongues, and mainly it was about the witch trials and the Inquisition, and
Right.
at the time in history where you could just declare somebody a witch, and the next thing you know, they're being burned alive at the stake, and they didn't have to, like, no chance to defend themselves whatsoever. It's just, you said they're a witch, so boom, we burn them. And that movie was really hard to get through because it was so cruel. And I mean, it was just a movie.
Don't forget
But
the vomit bags that they gave out. I
yes,
don't forget the vomit bags.
there were vomit bags the
Can
night
you?
of the performance at the Riverside Drive-In. George had a couple for sale at his
Sorry,
table.
I was looking at the YouTube video, so I was getting
Yeah.
confused. But yeah, I just wrote a whole article about that, about their whole marketing campaign for Collider. And in fact, I have one of the vomit bags. My parents got it when they went and saw the movie back in '72. So at the break, if you guys remind me, I'll grab it.
Yeah, I
So
have one too. I have one framed
yeah, me too.
somewhere. So that was yeah, it was Mark of the Devil, The Devil's Reign. After that, The Sentinel, which
Yep.
amazing
Yeah.
70s occult thriller. And The Devil Times Five, which is a movie called
Yes.
People Toys from 1972. It was also known as the Horrible House on the Hill. It's a bunch of killer children, including Leif Garrett.
Really?
Yeah. And Saturday Night was stunning science fiction. The first two films, The Omega Man and Invasion of the Body Snatchers,
Nice.
the
The 79,
78 version.
78,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Scum of the Earth, which was Grindhouse Releasing's brand new restored print of Scum of the Earth. It's coming out on Blu-ray soon, with an ad gallery by yours truly, by the
Nice.
way. But this was really the first time that I've ever seen the movie in ever in good quality, or probably, that anybody has since the 70s when it debuted. Of 74 is when this movie debuted. And then in 76, it was released under an alternate title, Poor White Trash Part 2. And
I think that's
it
how I saw it.
it made a lot of money as Poor White Trash Part 2. So it was
Yeah.
great to see the very first SF Brown Rig movie I've ever seen on a big screen. I'm a huge SF Brown Rig fan. He made four horror movies in the 70s, and Scum of the Earth was one of them. And the final film of the weekend was Eaten Alive, Toby Hooper's Eaten Alive,
Nice.
his post Chainsaw classic starring Neville Brand, um, Sally Hardesty is in it again. Why can't I remember her name? Oh my God. Marilyn Burns. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
Marilyn. Forgot your name. And Robert Englund, pre Freddy Krueger, is in
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Carolyn Jones, Stuart Whitman, just Jose Ferrer.
Yep.
Just stunning lineup of people in it. It's like a Southern Gothic slasher movie written by Tennessee Williams,
Yeah.
sort of.
Really?
It's not, but it's as if Tennessee Williams had written this slasher movie, and that it actually, everything in it is artificial and seems to be taking place on a sound stage. It is the whole thing, even though there are outdoor sets, they're clearly on a sound stage, which gives the whole movie like a weird live feel, like a live performance of a play.
Huh.
So I really dig it. It was a great night. Sorry you didn't make it.
I know. I know. Well, there's always April. Looking forward to that. All right. So today is part two of our analysis of Jaws ripoff movies, otherwise known as Jawsploitation. This time, they're mostly on land, with one exception, and we're going to look at films like Dogs from 1976, Rattlers, also from 76. Then we're going to jump forward in time and check out The Meg, Jason Statham versus a shark, in 2018, and Day of the Animals from 1977. And I just got a notification that I'm looking a little washed out here. Let me see if I can shut this light off. Uh,
Al
uh,
Diaz is watching on Facebook. So nice to see you, Al.
oh, hello, Al. Glad to have you
Sure.
join us. So up first, we're going to discuss Dogs from 19. Is it 76 or 77? I found conflicting.
76.
76. Okay. I'm going to take out 77. All right. And the synopsis reads, at Southwestern University, Professor Harlan Thompson is more interested in fighting snobby colleagues than grading papers, until
Oh.
the campus is overrun by killer canines apparently hopped up on government pheromones. Ranchers, students, and kindly grandmothers start getting gnawed like chew toys, while administrators insist it's nothing a good faculty meeting can't fix. Meanwhile, Harlan's ex, Caroline, still answers his calls, even though their date nights now involve shotguns and doggy doors. And the new hire, Michael, quickly learns tenure won't save you from a Doberman apocalypse. Imagine Jaws, but instead of the beach, it's the quad, and instead of one shark, it's every pooch in town. From kindergarten show and tells turned blood sport to faculty romances interrupted by bathroom maulings, the chaos escalates into full-on Scooby Doom. Jimmy proves useless. A well-meaning posse becomes kibble. Even Leslie Nielsen would have thrown his hands up if he wandered onto the set. By the end, almost everyone's dead, traumatized, or both. And just when Harley and Caroline think they've overrun the mutts, the film drops its mic with one last hiss from a cat, because apparently Fluffy's been plotting this all along. It's Old Yeller by way of the birds with a side government conspiracy and way too many doggy doors. So, first impressions. When did you guys first see this? Bill, go with you.
It was pretty recent, maybe like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe during COVID. I watched it because I had never seen it up to that point, and I just always find ads for it. And I had seen the Long Dark Night with Joe Don Baker, which was also reissued as The Pack. And I used to get it confused with this movie, but it's not the same movie. This was a totally different film. So I actually like this one. This one's a little more intense than The Long Dark Night, even though it's not as good of a film.
Yeah.
Dogs has some pretty relentless suspense in it, I think, even though it's a little silly, but who cares?
Okay, exactly. Owen, was this a first viewing for you?
Yes, it was. I saw it. I would say, about 5 days ago. I went into it, and yeah, just it's a silly movie, but I liked it. It was interesting, and you can see a lot of the Josh parallels in it. You know,
Yeah.
including like people not the guy in charge not taking it as seriously at first and all that. You know what I mean? Just like the mayor of um,
Right. Amity.
Amity, exactly. You know.
Amity, as you know, means friendship.
Yes, as you know.
Those proportions are correct.
Yeah.
I want these kids arrested for vandalism.
That's funny. So, what was your first impression of this movie, Dogs?
Oh, me, I thought it was my first impression was I would love to be an extra because you could tell when when they had the scenes where the dogs were chasing everybody like as if they were mauling them. Um, it just the cinematography is not as good as it is today. So you could see the dogs were like just playing with them like I would with my dog, like jumping on you on the ground and you're just like
Yeah.
going like this and
Yeah.
having a good. I'm like, I would have loved to have been an extra on this movie. I would have been having the time of my life running from dogs, instead of playing with them.
That's
um, it was
hilarious.
interesting though. I actually thought for, I like somewhat of a B movie. I thought the acting wasn't too bad. I liked they didn't show how, what happened to him at the end, so to speak. I don't want to spoil anything. But I thought it
The
was
movie's
on
what? Almost 50 years old. I think we can spoil it.
Werner. His last name's Werner, the actor in it. He was who did he play? Michael in the movie?
David, oh, wait, yeah, George Weiner, yeah.
Yeah, Weiner, George Weiner.
He was
Yeah.
he was Colonel Sanders in Spaceballs.
Yes, yes. And he's actually gonna be in Spaceballs too, you know.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
That's
Yes, I
awesome.
read it. Yes. He like so it had like some good acting in it, like good character actors and things like that. But it was a good goofy movie to watch. Entertaining though. I think out of all the ones I watched, I put that number two out of the four that we
Nice.
watched.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't remember this. I know I had seen it because I remember David McCallum versus dogs. How can you not remember Ilya Kuryakin fighting dogs? That was his
Right.
character on Man from Uncle. But I didn't
Right.
remember it. Yeah,
Man from
it's
Uncle.
it's so funny, and I did not remember that. And this was one of those movies that, as I was watching it, I was remembering it, and I liked it. I think even growing up, I had a misimpression that it was a TV movie, and this was not. They went to didn't they a couple of times? They just turned and showed you the gore afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, here, look at what we spent all our effects money on.
Look at
So.
this dog's gonna attack me now.
But yeah, I thought the movie kind of started off a little weak, but then it won me over, and then I was caught up in it.
Exactly. Exactly.
It
Um,
won you over as soon as Linda Gray was on screen, didn't it?
that's true.
Sue
I
Ellen
do have
herself.
hey, do they ever explain why the girl's little dog never really gets affected
I
from the
don't.
pheromones? You notice that?
I don't
Yeah,
Remember they were
remember.
locked in the garage and she's holding her dog.
Oh,
It's
right.
like,
Yeah.
and like how come her dog's not trying to bite her? I know the dog was like the size of a peanut, but
They can
it
still do
really,
damage.
yeah.
yeah, that's a plot hole.
And it was kind of like Kathy's lovebirds in the birds. He's like, maybe can
Right.
That's
I
right.
bring the lovebirds? They never harmed anyone. They're
Yeah.
not freaking out or anything in their cage. So,
Yeah.
Wasn't there a moment too? Didn't it seem like with the dogs, the stuff would get switched on and they go nuts, and then a switch would flip, and then all of a sudden they would just stop and they'd walk away.
hmm
I think
There
the
was
whole
one moment where
blackout
they're all
thing they
sitting
were
there
talking
looking,
about.
and you could hear this high-pitched whine. I wonder if they were being controlled.
Well, didn't it? Weren't they having those rolling blackouts because of the particle accelerator?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
So
That's
I
right.
think they were trying to somewhat, blame it on that
Yeah,
without actually saying that in
right,
the
right.
movie.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's cool. All right, let's look at some of our newspaper ads. A lot of these I didn't necessarily either have time to trim them down to the actual ad, or there was other stuff on the page I wanted to show you guys. So let me know if you guys can see this.
I said,
Okay.
Rocky.
All right. So yeah, this is from the Honolulu Star Bulletin from February 23rd to 77. So yeah, we got Rocky. Look at that. Even though that movie was terrible, I love that King Kong image.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible.
Wait, is
Why
that
I
the one with
oughta.
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah, I may have to revisit that. But look at the town that dreaded sundown. Where this is pre Jason Part Two, Friday the 13th Part Two, because he's got the potato sack on his head.
Bad News Bears.
Papillon, The Amazing Dobermans. I think it's on this page. It's just a double feature with another film. Oh, The Sentinel was out. Speaking of which,
Ooh.
oh yeah, there it
Awesome.
is. David McCallum.
Chris
Is it too late for you too? Duh.
Sentinel.
But man, what a time to have to go to the movies.
Strange
A lot of
shadows in an
stuff.
empty room with the reincarnate. That's a weird lineup.
Yeah, look, you've got Sure Kill with the Hong Kong Cat, and then the other screen, or starts tomorrow, The Hooded Avenger and The Greatest Challenge. Oh, here we go. Look at this one. Triple action, Killing Machine, Screaming Tiger, and Thunder Fist. That sounds so awesome.
Honolulu, as you can imagine, got a lot of kung fu and Asian films in general.
Yeah,
A lot of Japanese movies played there. I
yeah,
did a series of ads from Honolulu on the page not too long, well, a couple years ago.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. I've been meaning to
History
look
of the
into those.
Beatles.
I mean, look at this Shaw Brothers movie, King Gambler. Chen
hmm
Kuan Tai, Sung Hua, Ku Feng. What happens when the ace meets the king? That's cool.
Gene Hackman, Candice Bergman, James Corbett.
Oh
Who's
yeah,
that?
bite
Bite
the
the
bullet.
bullet.
Bite the Bullet.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, mama. But man, what a time, huh? Jeez, I
Yeah.
miss those days. All right, let's go to the next one. This was a cool. It was almost a full page ad. I trimmed it. It was the grand opening Wednesday, Hawthorne 6
So,
movie theater. Low prices, 7 days a week, luxuriously decorated theaters, acres of free parking, acres. Oh my God. Then that's what they got coming. They got all these movies and dogs.
oh, looks like a Jurassic Park.
I know they're coming. They're headed your way. Or is it too late for you too?
Oh, it's too late for you.
Cassandra Crossing. And what's that? Oh, The Enforcer. I love that movie too.
Is that the one
Piccolo.
with Tyne Daly?
Yes. Yep.
I
And
like
she's
that
his
one.
partner and he's like pissed off.
Oh, Harry, I screwed up.
All right. And then we've got up here. I know sometimes there was articles, but Barbara Streisand,
Ah, stuff.
Babs, Bound for
Swept away an
Glory.
embryo. That's a
Dogs. Yeah.
combination.
Where is it?
The rhodium swept away with embryo.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
That's a very strange double feature.
that's awesome. Embryo's the one with Rock Hudson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
God told me to is with dogs. Wow. That's an
Yeah.
amazing movie. God told me to.
Yes.
That's Larry Cohen's movie that was known as Demon eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
Originally, it was God Told Me To. Andy Kaufman is in it, an early role for Andy Kaufman.
We're gonna have to
Uh,
cover that one.
yeah. Oh, it's so good.
That's cool. But look up here. Dogs are playing with Challenge to White Fang.
Aw, that's cute.
It's like, but it's like, take your kids to the R movie and then stay for the PG movie.
Hopefully, they showed that one first. Especially dogs is scary. Well,
Yeah,
to a kid,
Dogs
maybe.
was really scary at points. The Sentinel and Devil. What's Devil's Undead? I don't know that one. The
Star is
Devil's
Born, the
The
original.
Devil's Undead. I'm gonna have to look it up because oh, that's
Probably
an
zombies.
alternate title for Nothing But the Night, starring Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing.
Oh, okay.
Where's this from?
This is from, let's see. Uh, oh, it doesn't
Um,
say. Hold on. Does there, you can't see the at the top. It doesn't give you the
Oh, I guess it does. Let me see if I can.
file name. Let me see. Hold on.
I just wonder if it's the United States because I didn't know that movie played. It's the I didn't know that that movie played under that title.
It's from the pilot, the news pilot. I don't know where the news pilot is from.
Yeah,
I
that
think you're
movie
right though. I think it is like Hawaii.
that movie was originally called Nothing But the Night, but it was also released in the States as The Resurrection Syndicate.
Oh wow. Okay, I have heard of that one. Yeah, because I love that title.
Yeah.
All right, Silver Streak. I saw that in the movies. And Sentinel with the Devil's Undead, The Shootist, and The Big Bus. X-rated adult films, The Palm Motel,
Ooh,
waterbeds, mirrors, elegant, tasteful.
wow. It's like you're in
no,
your
Dreamless.
own movie.
That's hilarious. Here we go. Dogs with Open Season, which I don't think that's the cartoon movie Open Season.
no. Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. I've never seen Freaky Friday, either the original or the remake. I'm gonna have to watch those so I can watch the new one there. Freakier. All right, here we go. Now this one is from one, two, three. This is from the Progress Bulletin. I don't know where that is. So let's zoom in and see if we can see something at the top. Here we go. Progress Bulletin, Pomona, California. I always wanted to go to Pomona. All right. We've got dogs right here playing with Phase 4.
Oh,
Killer cockroach movie, right?
No, it's ants.
Ants. That's right. Ants. Paul Sue's Phoenix, Chinese and American restaurant. Oh, look at David Bowie, the man who fell to earth, plus Monty Python.
that's different.
It's Jaws
Put
with the
together.
Mustang Company.
I know.
Silver Streak.
Jaws with the Mustang Company. That's hilarious. Alexander Crossing. I don't know. Russian roulette. Freaky Friday, Bound for Glue. Oh, with Vigilante Force. I saw a few cool Vigilante Force ads too, which we talked about.
That movie.
Chris Christopher. That's why Chris Christopherson kept popping up in my head. It was because of the Star is Born
Star is Born.
and the Vigilante Force. All right, and then this one. Oh, here we go. Bob's never actually went away, sir. It's a big boy. All
There's
right.
a big one.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. Star is Born plus St. Ives. St. Ives. Wasn't that Charles Bronson?
Yeah.
The Sentinel, Devil's Undead, Freaky Friday, Peter Pan, Return of a Man Called Horse. Those Man Called Horse movies disturbed me. They had the. Do you remember the scene where they had the spikes through their chest tied to the rope and they have to lean back and they have like a whistle in their mouth so they don't scream and it's just like,
No.
oh my God, it's this rite of passage. They end up becoming Indians. And so they have to do that as a rite of passage. It's like him and I think his son or something like that. And it was just That scene always stuck with me. But here we've got dogs playing with Challenge of the White Fang of White Fang. Not it's not a Chinese movie. Challenge of the White Fang. So I wanted to ask you guys this up here. I thought this was funny. This lady lights her pipe during a committee meeting. Um, now,
She's partying.
Owen, I know you probably remember Moment Shots from Boston when we were kids, but do you remember them, Bill? Because I didn't know they were
Yeah.
all across the country.
Yeah. There were commercials on public broadcasting on PBS all the time on Channel
Okay.
13.
Yeah,
Yeah, for us it was always on local channel 56. This is from
yeah.
Santa Barbara, California. And they would have commercials for Moment Shots.
Oh, I love Nashville.
Nashville. Oh,
That's
Robert
a great
Altman's Nashville.
movie.
Yeah, yeah. John Cassaday.
Aubergine's had
Yeah,
another
yeah.
collapse.
What? Oh, Nashville. I don't think I've seen Nashville actually.
Oh,
Stars Born playing with air. Here we go. The Sentinel and Embryo again. That's a great combination. The Lost Honor of Katarina Blum. Fox and Friends. Oh, Fox and his friends.
Fox and Friends. I've heard of that.
Madam Kitty playing with Annie.
Casinos.
Then there's dogs. That is cool. That's a good
I'll
little
buy it.
advertising campaign. I wonder how well the movie did.
Buy it.
And we've got it here with Embryo. There we go. Oh yeah, Rock Hudson. And the Shootist and Big Bus. What is this? We travel. I don't know who travels. At the Nile, they were playing Stars Born on screen one and Dogs plus a second feature Bugs on scene
But
Bug. Oh
two.
my God, I love Bug. There's
Bugs.
no S on the end of it.
Right, it's just Bug.
They make it sound like a Looney Tunes.
That's what I thought for a
Bugs.
split second.
yeah, but
It's Bug. Who's in Bug? I don't remember.
Bradford Dillman,
I was gonna say because I was gonna say Joe Don Baker, but I always confuse him with.
Patty McCormick,
Yep,
and the Brady house going up in flames.
that's right. Bug.
Brady living room and kitchen.
That's hilarious. So up here we've got George Siegel and Jane Fonda. He just died recently. He was
Yeah.
on the Goldbergs. He was the grandfather. He was Pops. That's what my grandson calls me, is Pops. Network. Good movie. Madam Kitty and Annie again. And then we get the swap meet, and after that swap meet, we'll go see Dogs plus Challenge to White Fang.
Good
And then,
deal.
oh, we've got a big
Ooh,
one
yeah.
here. The
scary.
101B Drive-In. And I guess that's it. That is all
Is it
It's
too
like a
late for
TV.
you two?
Dogs. So let's see if all
It's
right,
too late for
I think I
me.
stopped the share. What's too late for you? What?
The dogs got me.
Oh
Too
no.
late for me too.
Oh no, no, Vivian, don't.
She didn't get me.
Don't hurt Bill.
She's a good girl.
All right, so let's look at my notes here. So we talked a little bit about our cast. We had Sandra McCabe was Caroline. She's been in everything from Kojak to Barnaby Jones. We talked about Georgia Weiner. Eric Server, he was known for Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. He was on that show. And he had appearances on Barnaby Jones as well as Police Story. Sterling Swanson played Dr. Martin Koppelman, and he worked in a lot of supporting roles, as well as Holly Harris, who played his wife, Mrs. Koppelman. Um, so even though this film was, all right, this is where I got confused. I found that it says, though often labeled a 76 film, it was released theatrically in February 77. That makes sense because that's where I did this searches for. Um, Gene Siskel gave it 0 stars. He complained that every dog attack was shot the same way.
It was.
Well, yeah,
It's
he
great
wasn't
of Adam
wrong.
McQuaid with them.
At least that's his criticism, and it's not, oh, it's killer dogs, and don't these people have any shame? It's like, no, it's like he could have done it better. That's awesome. Um, and yeah, so what do you guys think about this movie? tell us some of your favorite scenes.
Owen, you want to go?
Actually, I did like the you know how like a typical horror movie, they had the whole bunch of students were like, let's leave, and they all left. And when they left, of course, they all got attacked by a bunch of dogs.
Yeah.
Uh, that was funny. I actually was surprised that nothing happened with the early on. It was the kindergarten scene,
Oh
Yeah.
the
yeah.
kindergarten dog show. I thought that was going to turn more into like, it's supposed to be Jaws ripoff movies. And I thought it would be like an Alex Kittner moment, you know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, and, so I was a little disappointed that didn't happen.
They chickened out.
Slaughter at the kindergarten.
But,
I think what a lot of times when at least when they used to make movies, I don't know if it's still true, but you could never killing a kid and killing an animal was always a bad thing. It's like, oh, you can't do
yeah,
those two sacred things. So when movies do go there, they're like, ooh, they killed a dog in this. Can you believe they killed the kid in this?
and it took a while for them to actually kill a dog. It was one that
Yeah.
got, right? Wasn't it like, yeah, it took a while.
But I wonder though, based on, to your point or your question, I'm wondering if maybe when they made this, they probably figured, well, we're gonna have a lot of dogs die, so we probably shouldn't just kill the kids. Let's just, cut our losses.
Exactly. Probably.
So I thought
But yeah, it's an entertaining movie. I didn't mind it. I
yeah,
liked it.
it's
You
you
know,
don't have to overthink it.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
Bill, give us your final thoughts on dogs.
It doesn't seem like a realistic situation,
Yeah.
to be honest, because we all tend to think of our pets as, family. And to see something like this happen, though, I mean, I think if you attempt to take it seriously on its own terms, it is pretty scary because what if that happened? Like what if all of a sudden like your animals turned on you? And that has happened. It's not uncommon actually, or unheard of, I should say. So you know, it's a little bit of scary fantasy, and it seems silly, but when they depict it on screen, I think they did a good job
Yeah.
of making it look scary, even though it was every dog attack was shot the same way. Because it is difficult to fend off a dog if you don't have a weapon and a dog like decides it's going to attack you. You're going to get hurt
Yeah.
by a dog, and it may not kill
Yeah.
you, but
My argument is always just jam your fist down its throat. It's not going to be able to bite you then.
it seems like that's what you should do. But people still
Yeah.
end up shredded by dogs all the
That's
time.
true.
So it could happen. So in on that level, it was scary. It was kind of like scary the way the birds was,
Yeah.
because nobody thinks that a bird
Yeah.
could hurt you. Like what the hell can a bird do? But all the birds trying to hurt you,
Right.
that's
Right.
intimidating. So
Yeah.
that was kind of how I felt about dogs.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in because you made me think of a couple quick things, and I'm going to say, I really enjoyed this movie. I loved it. But you would think I would have trauma watching this movie because when I was like 5, I had a Pekingese, and I didn't know she was sick, and I was petting her in the head, and my face was right up to her face, and she bit me and took a chunk out of my lip, and I have a scar here. You can't really see it anymore. So I've
Mm.
always been kind of wary of dogs
Yeah.
anyways. Now we have two puppies and I'm cautious with what I do to them because I just don't, they could turn around and bite my finger off, or something. So
Hmm.
I always, every time I'm with a little kid, like even my own kids, if they're near a dog, especially a big dog, I'm like, get your face away from their
That way.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they will bite you. But I thought this was very well done. I thought it was suspenseful. Had just enough gore. It was above, TV movie level, and I loved seeing David McCallum in another heroic role. So I thought that was great. So Owen, what's your final thoughts on dogs?
Yeah, suspenseful and decent pacing for a movie at that time. Sometimes the pacing doesn't work out so well. Um, Suspenseful, goofy, but a good overall horror movie that will make you think. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
I
I like
agree.
it.
All right, folks. So we are moving on to Rattlers from 1976. And if you're afraid of snakes, this movie might not be for you. First, it's two kids. Then it's half the desert. California suddenly finds itself with a slithering crisis as rattlesnakes stop rattling politely and start running the local obituary section. Enter Dr. Tom Parkinson, herpetologist and reluctant snake detective, who pairs up with Anne Bradley, a war photographer whose resume apparently includes ready to get hissed at for science. While the sheriff looks overwhelmed and locals stock up on anti-venom like it's beer at a tailgate, snakes keep materializing in bathtubs, jeeps, and probably dreams. Imagine CSI Mojave with more fangs and fewer lab coats. Their investigation leads to the nearby army base where Colonel Stroud radiates the kind of guilt only a man hiding a pile of dead snakes and a bigger pile of lies could manage. Turns out he dumped a top secret nerve gas in the desert because nothing says eco friendly disposal like leaking toxins into caves. Now every rattler in the country has joined the reptile resistance. When Captain Delaney tries to play whistleblower, Stroud plugs him, proving the only thing deadlier than the snakes is bad military management. By the finale, the colonel is riddled with bullets, the snakes slither off in victory, and the desert remains a place where family picnic really means don't forget your shotgun. So, so Owen, what was your first impression? When did you first see Rattlers?
I actually saw Rattlers today.
Nice.
um, and yeah, I mean the only parallels to Jaws in this movie is really just animals kill people, I guess, because it
Yeah.
doesn't really have the same kind of screenplay. You got a bit of a human enemy in the general there, but not really. It takes a weird twist at the end with what the general, I don't want to spoil or anything, but it just really didn't make any sense to me, this movie. The attack scenes seem so unrealistic. And the snakes seem to appear out of nowhere, like Batman in the animated series, like just right out of the shadows or wherever, like just, but not in a jump scare way that actually scared you. You just like, they just show a picture of a room and all of a sudden there's 10 snakes sitting on a bed or something. It was like, yeah, it was goofy. It was goofy.
That's
Uh,
funny. That's funny. Bill.
I rented this on VHS back in the day, about the first place that I saw it anyway. But I think I either rented it or maybe it was on TV. But I remember watching this at my dad's house, so it must have been on TV. And yeah, it was really shocking to me to see it as a younger kid. I don't think I was a kid,
yeah,
but that they killed the two little boys at the beginning.
that's
Did they
right.
both die or did just one die? I
They
think they
both
both
did.
died.
They both
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That was weird. It started
So,
out great, that scene. I like
yeah, there
that
you
scene.
go. They broke the rule. They're like, hope they kill the
Yes.
kids.
Right. Again,
Never
the
be
rule.
the first person in an eco horror movie
Right.
Right.
because you're going to die. So
Yeah.
they didn't pay attention. They didn't read the script. It was their fault.
Right.
So yeah, it's ultra low budget, which I love. It's totally my jam. It was, a Harry Novak presentation. Harry Novak was a pretty sleazy, disreputable distributor who had a habit of acquiring films from people and then releasing them and never paying them anything.
Right.
Like the people that gave Harry Novak their films never saw any money, or if they did, it was like, a fraction of what Harry Novak made.
That's funny.
But you know, a lot of weird stuff came to the screen in that way, and Rattlers was one of them. This was this is probably the definition of you were saying about how it wasn't similar in the script department to Jaws, and it isn't. However, it's definitely another movie that was inspired by the success of
Definitely.
Jaws anyway.
Right.
Like we talked about did we talk about Mako, the Jaws of Death
Yes,
on
yes.
the program already? So
Yeah,
that was a movie that definitely was written off as a Jaws copycat or like, but it wasn't. It didn't have anything to do with the story in Jaws. In fact, it was written before Jaws. It just only got
Got shot.
greenlit after
Yeah.
Jaws was a hit. They're like, "Oh, you have a shark movie. Now we're interested."
right, right.
So, I think the same thing with Rattlers, maybe like it's another movie that was probably created because killer animals were hot at the
Right.
moment. 76, 77. That was the sweet spot for these killer animal movies. There was a lot of stuff that came out in those 2 years.
Right, because that was Jaws created the tidal wave of
Yeah.
all these nature versus man movies
It
that came
wasn't
Wait,
the
out right
what
there.
first movie
Grizzly?
either.
When was
Jaws was
Grizzly?
not the first, but it was the biggest.
Right.
It created that movement.
What, Owen?
What year was Grizzly? Somewhere around there as well, right? You know
Yeah,
Grizzly?
76.
yeah.
Right, the Grizzly Bear movie. Yeah.
That was also William Girdler who did Day of the Animals that we'll talk about in a little bit.
Uh,
But yeah, I mean, there's all this the Swarm with Michael Caine, but there's the Bees with John Saxon. There's so many movies.
Squirm.
Squirm, I love Squirm Frogs. Um,
Yeah, Frogs was before Jaws. That was
yeah. Oh, that's
72.
true. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Willard, or was Ben? Which was first, Willard or Ben?
Willard and then Ben.
And then Ben. Okay. Killer Rats. Yeah, I saw this. I think same thing, Bill. I can't recall if I rented it or saw it on TV, but I had seen it. And I remember in my adult life, I picked it up. I still have it on DVD. It was on a multi-pack. And I bought it because Rattlers was on it. I'm like, oh, and I don't know. Yeah, it's schlocky, but I loved it. I've seen it so many times over the years. I think it just keeps holding up and the cheesiness just adds to the charm. I think like whenever they do military on a low budget, it's because, the producer's
Yeah.
brother-in-law was in the military and that's how he got access to a couple of things,
Helps
you
to know
know.
somebody.
Yeah, he knows somebody who knew somebody. Let's check real quick. I want to check the comments, just make sure we haven't. Oh, here we go. Piranha, Paul, thank you for mentioning Piranha.
Oh, hi,
And
Paul.
welcome, welcome. And then I'm just going to look over at the YouTube page. Why doesn't that scroll like it should? Okay, nobody on YouTube yet. So let's
Oh,
share,
Paul, I
share.
give you all. No keys, but please, my Paul.
Very good.
You have
All right,
no
so
idea what I'm talking about, do you?
no.
You just haven't watched Halloween yet
Oh,
this
right,
season.
right, right. Yeah, okay. Um, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so look at
Penthouse
that. That's a great
Playgirls.
Vigilante Force poster. I don't
Yeah, it
remember
is.
if I found that for when we talked about the movie. But over on the left here, we've got it looks like a bowl of people and snakes in Medusa's head. I don't know. I can't tell.
It's a bathtub attack. She's in the bathtub and
Oh,
snakes are
okay.
getting her.
Okay. I get it now.
You can see it better in the other ads, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
There's
Ride a
Vigilante
wild
Force.
pony. There you go.
Penthouse Playgirls, two excellent publications.
What did you say? Where did you see that?
At the top of the page, the movie Penthouse
Oh,
Playgirls.
oh, oh, oh. What do you give to the girl who has everything? And swinging models. We're definitely overexposed. That's funny. Dumbo's playing with Pony. I've never heard of Pony.
Shame on them. Bad news. Nigga.
Yeah, that's a good one, huh? Look at that. That's hilarious. All right, so the next one is, oh, is another one. What a horrible way to die. Rattlers and Willard. Oh, look at that. Double feature. It makes Hitchcock's The Birds look like a stroll through the park. What? That doesn't make any sense. All right, we get a bunch here now. Let's go up top towards the adult bookstore.
I've
Uh,
been to that one. It's not any good.
on Virginia Street.
There's no video booths.
Oh, okay. Alan and the Moonbeams are coming to the El Dorado. Here we go. From Beyond the Grave, which that's Peter Cushing, right? That's the anthology film.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's an
Yeah.
Amicus film, I
Yes.
believe.
Yeah, that's a good one. I really like that one. What's his name's in it? David Warner's got a
Yeah.
story in that, and Peter Cushing. I think they're in the same one, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Peter Cushing's in the wraparound story.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I was thinking of Asylum. But David Warner was not in Asylum. So we're looking for? Oh, Rattlers is right there. Plus Rattlers. But look over at the Autorama. We've got in person Zira and Cornelius from Planet of the Apes. It looks just like them
Holy shit.
at the Centennial Coliseum. See, 1976, world's most beautiful roadster, Autorama.
Oh,
That is the coolest. Hold on, what do we got over
like
here?
that.
Race cars, hot rods, custom cars, choppers, hot boats, Vanorama. That's cool. I was looking at the Hardy Boys van. Remember that at
Vanna White,
the GMC van?
Vanarama.
No, it was the Vandera van from like 72 on the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew Mysteries. Okay. So did I just skip one by accident? I don't, no.
I don't think so.
Sometimes it does this weird flashing thing. And we've got Sean Connery and Robin and Marion, perhaps the most boring Robin Hood movie ever. The story of an African Revolution, Countdown at Kusini, Ride a Wild Pony, The Debbie Reynolds Show. Uh,
Debbie Reynolds. She's a fucking
why? All right, I'll bite. Why is Debbie Reynolds a genius?
She just is. You don't fuck with Debbie Reynolds. You know what I mean?
It's true.
I saw whatever happened to Aunt Helen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, here we go. Rattlers, way down, tucked down on the bottom right-hand corner. Exciting co-hit. The Mission Drive-In. Oh my God, that's funny. I'm like, where is it on this page? Okay, and then we've got Lipstick with the Sunshine Boys, lies my father told me.
Oh,
The man.
Lipstick. Oh my God, that movie. You know
So
that played on Chiller Theater in Pittsburgh.
did it really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah, it's a pretty brutal movie. It's like a
Yeah.
rape and revenge movie.
What
Not
does
a
it say?
horror movie per se, though. It's very
Right.
strange that it was on Chiller Theater.
In San Francisco, three rapes are committed every day. Lipstick is the story of one woman's
I've
revenge. And then
seen
down
it.
here it says this is a police estimate.
Would you say, Owen?
I think I've seen Lipstick on like the movie channel when I was like 18,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong. I think, yeah.
15 years old. So
And then, oh, so that was it, right? Was Rattlers in here? No, we haven't. It's in the here somewhere. I don't
It must be
know.
in the text over there.
Yeah, it's what I'm looking for. Ivan the Terrible.
keep quiet down over there.
One flew over the cuckoo's nest. All the president's men. From Beyond the Grave and Madhouse. There we go. That's Vincent Price.
Oh, love it.
Madhouse.
Dr. Death.
Yeah, The Drowning Pool. You know what movie I love is, have you guys ever seen The Swimmer with Burt
Yeah.
Lancaster?
Yeah.
No. Is
It's
That's an
so
awesome
good.
movie.
that Burt
It-
Lancaster you said?
yeah. Yeah,
Oh, I love him. Great actor.
he's this dude. I don't want to give too much away. I think you should really see it. It's like it's just one of those movies that just captures you and pulls you in, but he thinks he can traverse his neighborhood by swimming from every person's pool from neighbor to neighbor, and it's just
Gotcha.
really fascinating. It's well acted. Um, all right, what do we got here? This is our next page. The
There it is.
putt golf courses. Where do you see it?
Right strike,
Oh yeah,
smack dab in the middle.
look at that. What a horrible way to die. Also, fortune. Children under 12 free.
Rattlers.
That's awesome. Oh, it's a snake mouth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What am I looking at here? Shampoo, Warren Beatty, and Goldie Hawn. Oh,
Into the Paradise.
yeah. I was just gonna say.
Paul Williams, genius.
Yeah. I love him. You know what I love that he's done? And I say recently, it was probably like 10 years ago, but I don't listen to much music after 1990, but I have discovered a few years ago, I discovered Daft Punk, and their
Mm-hmm.
most recent album is sort of like this 80s throwback. They got Giorgio Moroder on one song and
Yep.
Paul Williams on another song, and it's really awesome. I forget the name of the album, but here we
Paul
go.
Workmeister says The Swimmer is a masterpiece.
Isn't it? It really is. Thank you, Paul.
There it is with Bug again. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
You know,
This weekend
Bug
on cable TV.
Bug was a William Castle film, and
Yes.
he wanted to do a gimmick for it that it would be like a windshield wiper that was underneath the person's seat, so that
No
every
way.
once in a while, like it would just like drag something across your legs, like bugs crawling on you. It proved to be too expensive.
Oh, that's too bad. The stories would have been awesome. That's funny. Look at this one,
Cool.
Skywriters. That looks kind of cool. I never heard of that one. James Coburn, Susanna York, Robert Culp. Why have I not heard of Skywriters? And then Race with the Devil. I love Race with the Devil. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, absolutely.
Race with the Devil. What did I see? One of the movies tonight. Was this the one with all the students, dogs?
Dogs was
Yeah,
not
but wasn't
Rattlers.
there was one
Right.
of the students in that was he looked like Peter Fonda. I had to go and look it up. I was like, wait a minute, is that can't be? I'm like, no, at this point he wouldn't be a
No.
good part. Um
Plus, he wouldn't be a student. He
yeah,
was way too old at that
like a
point.
40-year-old student. All right. And then what do we got here? All right, more of the same leads. We've got but still, again, I mean, look at all the movies from Beyond the Grave and Legend of Hell House with Roddy McDowell. I love
Oh,
that
that's
movie.
a good one.
Yeah.
There's Nashville again.
Thief of Baghdad. Oh, Sherlock Holmes' smarter brother. That's with Gene Wilder and Marty Feldman. I saw that in the movies. I love
The
it. From Beyond the
women
Grave and
double up together.
Asylum. Look at that.
Chopping Heads.
Yeah, Chopping Heads playing in 77. You remember that. Oh, here we go. Rattlers. Stupid me. I'm looking for the word dogs.
Rattlers, Rigor.
Because Dog Day Afternoon.
Rattler
Oh,
Gore.
close.
The Devil Within Her and Mark of the Devil.
That's a great one.
The Killer Elite.
Oh, poor Joan Collins.
I
The
love Joe
devil within her. First, all she wants to do is a real estate scam, and these giant ants mess with her. Then Santa Claus strangles her on Christmas Eve, no less.
Oh,
And
poor
then she
girl.
has a demon baby. I mean, come
Right.
on.
That's funny. I saw that one too, The Devil Within Her. I saw that like in the last 5 years, I'll say. There we go. Rattlers is
I
also
think
playing.
it's really bad. There aren't many movies I'll say that about, but Devil Within Her, I think it's bad.
Yeah.
I do not like it.
So wait a minute now. At the 49er drive-in, they don't tell you, are there multiples? There's got to be multiple screens. Or are they doing a Dusk Till Dawn? Dog Day Afternoon, Lawn to... No, they can't be. There must be one, two, three, four screens. That's
Yeah,
what it is with
four
a double
screens.
feature. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be way too many movies for
Yeah.
one day. There aren't
That's
enough nighttime hours to do that.
From Beyond the Grave and Asylum. That's a double feature. Wow. Jaws is still playing. Shampoo. All right, what do we got next here? We could stay down memory lane for Straw Dogs is just fantastic. Devil Within Her.
Intense.
I want a banana split all of a sudden.
Where do you see that?
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's on the page.
Oh,
59
there we go.
cents.
59 cents. Wow.
Whew.
That's funny.
They
Bad
even
news
give you a buck
bears.
59.
Here we go. We got Jaws, Tommy, Shampoo, Skywriters, Dog Day Afternoon. Do you wonder if like the marquee people get pissed off when you've got a title as long as Sherlock Holmes' smarter brother? I think the full title is
Right.
like The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes'.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't I see Rattlers though? This might have been a page I just wanted you
No,
guys
it's
to see.
there. It's with
Oh yeah,
Countdown
right
at
there.
Cassini.
Yeah.
That's a strange double. God.
Yeah. I know. Uh-huh. I guess that's it. That's all I got for Rattlers. So let us look at the notes here. So we've got Sam Chu Jr. as Dr. Tom Parkinson. He was in Serial in 1980, The Rookie in 1990. I guess that was the movie The Rookie with what's his name? Uh, S.
Wade.
No, Charlie Sheen, I think. Wasn't that The Rookie? No,
No, there was Dennis Quaid with the true story, the rookie.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
The image is gone, by the way, Rigor.
Yeah, yeah, I was
Okay.
all done.
All right. It looked like you were
Um,
still looking at something, and I was like, can he see what we can?
no, I was trying to remember what the which version of The Rookie is. There's been several. The Rookie. But I see, to me, The Rookie is the Nathan Fillion show, which I love. All right, we've got Elizabeth Chauvet, who plays Anne. She was in a lot of exploitation movies. Nobody really jumped out to me. Gus Van Ormond, who played Woodley, he appeared in Piranha, and he was in some other low-budget films. Oh, we've got Darwin Jostin, he played Palmer in this movie. I'm trying to remember which character he was. Best remembered for starring in John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13, and he had a role in The Fog.
Oh, there you go.
Darwin Johnson. Who was he in this movie? I don't.
Palmer. He was one of the military dudes,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
think.
Um, yeah, it's got to be because there weren't many other people. Why is my thing moving all over the? All right, so let's see. It was produced and directed by and co-written by John McCauley. And like Bill said, Harry Novak was apparently an executive producer on this. His company was Box Office International Pictures.
He didn't executive produce shit.
I
He
was gonna
stole
say,
movies from people and put them
Put
out
some
and
money in. That's it.
yeah,
declared
yeah.
himself executive producer of some shit that was already made, like movies that were finished. And he's like, sure, I'll distribute it. Now all of a sudden I'm the executive fucking producer.
This
I love him. I do love him.
there's so many. Like, what was the one out of Boston? They Hallmark releasing with
Hallmark releasing, yeah, they were a subdivision of American International
yeah,
Pictures. And I really don't know what their business practices were, but they were the ones that provided the money for Friday the 13th.
right, right.
They funded Sean Cunningham's Friday the 13th, the original, and Betsy Palmer talked about them being on set. She said they were scary guys that wore suits. They were because I think that company was pretty mobbed up, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So, she knew who those guys were. She was like,
That's
"Why are
funny.
they here?" And they're like, "Oh, they gave us the money to make the movie."
Huh.
You know what I was thinking that must have been hard to create tension, especially in any kind of like killer snake or killer bug movie, is they don't emote. You can't see their emotions on their
Snakes.
face. So the tension's all about the editing and the
Right.
human reactions, you know?
Are you guys scared of snakes?
No.
No,
I'm
not
not
really.
really either. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't
Yeah.
handle them. It's not like I have a pet snake, and I don't think I could do that, but because you have to feed it things.
Right.
And but they don't freak me out as much as some people, like, that they're like, oh, snakes, nope, nope, nope. But
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
They
It's
don't
like
bother me.
a lot of
Snakes
these
and
movies.
spiders seem to be a thing with people sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spike.
Yeah.
I used to be really scared of spiders. And spider was immediate destroy if I saw it. Now, like, I let spiders live freely in my home.
Yeah, they'll get rid of the worst stuff.
Yeah. I'm okay
Yeah.
with spiders, actually.
Who was it that said one time I was talking with some friends a long time ago. I was probably a teenager and someone, oh, it was around the time the first Spider-Man movie came out with Tobey Maguire, and he had the organic webs. He didn't have to invent the
Yeah.
webs like in the comics. And we are having a discussion about that, and one guy goes, Hey, if I was falling off a building, I'd shoot spider webs out of my ass to save my life too. Oh, because we were
Sure.
talking about like with spiders don't spin the webs out of their hands or their
Right. I wonder if he can do that in the movies. They just don't show
I know.
Yeah. His it would be an interesting costume if that was where it came out.
it.
Oh my God. But yeah, so I thought this was a good Nature Strikes Back kind of movie. It's nothing to write home about. But Owen, why don't you give us your final thoughts on Rattlers?
Rattlers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he said, the two boys at the beginning, made me think the first 5 minutes. All right, this could be an interesting movie. Um, I understand it's a low budget movie, it is what it is. But what disappointed me was with a movie with snakes, and to play off that fear, I expected more grisly deaths, like
Mm.
100 snakes on you and biting your face, biting their eyeballs,
Oh.
and things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. They even advertise it as what a horrible way to die, but
Yeah.
no one really dies that horribly in it. Like
Yeah.
it's just, ooh, I see a snake. Now I'm dead. Uh,
The poor plumber gets a snake up his
yeah,
pants. That was
no, there was a
horrible.
couple in the sheriff too. The sheriff had a bit of a brutal one.
What about the lady in the bathtub?
Oh yeah.
What lady? Oh, she just kicked him around in the water. You never saw her
Yeah.
get bite. I never even knew if she actually got bit or fainted.
Yeah. It was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, the editing was off. The pacing was a little weird. And the romantic scene came like with 5 minutes left in the movie. It was like that
Right.
usually comes in the middle. Like, wait a minute. Like, so the editing was definitely off on it.
Yeah.
So you know, not my favorite of all the movies, but hey, it is what it is.
The
Had its
main
moments
the
though.
main guy
It had its
wasted too
moments.
much time like not like hating on the girl at first. It's like just for God's sakes, just
Right,
work with her.
right. There was obviously there's a lot of feminism in a lot of these mid late 70 movies too.
Yeah.
Like some, um, they always try to put that message out there
Yeah.
in the movie, that propaganda or whatnot.
Yeah. Bill, what's your final take on Rattlers?
I love it. It looks like it
Good with
costs a couple $100 to make. And,
that.
it was just sort of it's sort of a sweet spot for me in movies like this because it was just
Right.
of its very much of its era. It's the kind of movie that like nobody had any aspirations for this film. It was simply made to cash in on a theatrical trend. And I totally respect that. Some of the greatest shit has been made doing movies like that. So this was, it's I never have to see it again, and it's already served its purpose. I loved it.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I some Paul on Facebook said but oh, he accidentally wrote bug, but he meant to write bug. Okay.
Bog.
Um
I love Bog. You know how much I love Bog, don't
yeah.
you?
Yes. Yes. But I highly recommend Rattlers. I think yeah, you know what, Owen, you get a point. You get a lot of points. It could have been far more over the top and gruesome. If
Yeah.
this was, Lucio Fulci's Rattlers, we would have definitely had some eyeballs being eaten out.
Well,
Yeah.
this
Uh
was PG.
right. It is what
Oh,
it
it
is.
was.
It's a decent Saturday afternoon horror movie. It's a gateway horror movie for young kids too.
Okay.
That's what I would say. Speaking of which, before I forget, I'm going to say this now. For next month, I think for October we should do, and I'm just putting the thought out there because I know I'm going to forget it in like 5 minutes. Um, we should maybe do gateway horror movies, like What to Us is. Like I'm going to choose The Monster Squad from 1987. That's my gateway horror movie for October. You don't have to answer now. You can think about it, but I just want to
Yeah,
get out
that's such a big question.
there. And we could talk about a couple others, but we like the main one. We should have like just four main ones. So, all right, folks, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to discuss The Meg from 2018, as well as Day of the Animals from 77. So let me get this image ready, and we will be back in about 5 minutes. Oops, need to go up one here.
Right.
And you guys are going to love this graphic. Oops, and I opened it and I didn't mean to. All right, hold on. No, I don't want to do that one because it's in PNG format. So I come on, where is it? There we go. So open it with photos. There we go. All right, folks. We will be back. Okay, I am back here. Folks, how are you doing? You can leave comments in our comments section below, and you can even do that when we're not live, when the show is, after it's already aired and it's still sitting there on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching from. You can go in and make comments on past shows. So don't be shy. Let us know. Hopefully, I'll get notified. You can get a notification of it, and we'll go from there. So let's see where we're at. Still waiting for the gang to show up. So, um, since I've got you, why don't I just remind you to go to collider.com and check out my articles. I need to get more eyeballs on my articles. So, check that out at collider.com and look for Roger. You'll recognize me. Look, just Google the or just search for the Mark of the Devil. Oh, let me go. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the Mark of the Devil thing I forgot to get.
Talk amongst yourselves. It's only me. Well, I can use this opportunity to promote my
I'm
new
back now.
Halloween fans. Oh, hi, Owen.
I
I
just
have
took
a
my dog out to go pee, and she
yeah.
just went crazy. Like I live near a particle accelerator, so I'm not really sure what happened. But
I was gonna warn you about that. I have heard that that's a real thing. Uh, Anyway, I was going to promote my new issue of Haunt, my Halloween fanzine. You can get it in my Etsy shop, groovydoom.etsy.com.
Awesome, awesome. All right, and I'm going to hold this up. This is the vomit bag that was part of the promotional
Mm,
stuff when you saw the oops, when you went and saw Mark of the Devil in 1972. It actually was a 1970 film, but didn't get to the US until 72. And here we go. Can you see that? Okay.
yeah.
If I try
so,
to-
what country did it originate in?
Spain, I believe.
Spain,
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I think uh, it's either Spanish or
Italian.
British. No, I
Yeah.
don't think it's Italian.
It's definitely not English speaking. But look at the vomit bag and the price of admission will enable you to see Mark of the Devil. So they bypassed the whole rating system and declared that it was rated V for violence, confusing everybody and leaving in a lot of stuff that's pretty shocking. Although, watching it now, you don't really see all that much. I mean, you do and you don't, you know what I mean? Like they do a lot of good hinting at things and trick photography.
It's German, by the way. It's a
German.
German film,
Yeah,
which I should have known because Udo Kier stars in
that's
it.
right. With yeah, and the great Herbert Lom, who's
Yes.
Inspector Clouseau's long-suffering boss, Inspector Dreyfus.
He's in Chopping Heads too.
Yes. Oh, I love her. Clouseau. Um, all right, so we are now going to talk about Rattlers. So we're going to talk about the Meg from 2018. And here is the synopsis. Jonas Taylor, played by Jason Statham, part rescue diver, part brooding kung fu monk of the sea, once abandoned two crewmates when a nuclear sub was body checked by something bigger than a whale on protein powder. Branded a lunatic by his colleagues, Jonas retreats to Thailand to sulk and punch coconuts in peace. 5 years later, fate drags him back when a trapped sub full of scientists, including his ex-wife, needs saving. He dives back in, dodges a giant squid, and performs an underwater Jackie Chan routine with a prehistoric shark the size of a commuter train. Naturally, the shark eats the squid, but Jonas still manages to outswim, outstab, and outglare the beast because, well, Jason Statham. The victory doesn't last, though. A second, even bigger Meg crashes the party like a drunk uncle at a wedding buffet, eating scientists, billionaires, and mercenaries with equal disdain. While government snooze, Statham sharpens his knives and goes full Kung Fu Jedi in a submersible, dodging tail whips, performing pressure point stabs with a harpoon, and finishing with the ultimate martial arts move, poking a 75-foot shark in the eye until it bleeds out. Cue a feeding frenzy of regular sharks who join in like backup dancers, leaving Jonas to rise from the water like Poseidon with abs. In the end, the Meg is sushi and the crew survives, and Statham once again proves that if Bruce Lee had gills, he'd still lose to Jason Statham. So, first impressions. Oh, and this was your pick, so why don't you tell us when you first saw this?
Um, I thought it was everything I thought it would be. It was there's something wrong with your synopsis though, because Jason Statham doesn't have abs. Um, he's
When
good
when did you
shape, but he
first
doesn't
see
have
this?
abs. What?
When did you
Did
first
I?
see this? Did you see it in the
I
movies?
saw it. I saw it about a week ago. I've
Oh,
actually never seen it before.
oh wow.
Obviously heard a lot about it and things like that. I thought it was basically gonna be like Sharknado, but a little better. But it was a lot better than Sharknado. It
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
that bad. Like it was Fast and Furious in the water, a little bit over the top. Um, Special effects and the things they do. But the redemption story, been done 1,000 times in movies. Like, yeah, I saw that coming from right from the beginning. But overall, it's like it's a really fun blockbuster. And one thing that really surprised me is overall there's actually three Megs in it, right? You get
Yeah.
the one no one believes is one in the beginning. No one believes them, then the smaller one, and then the one at the end. That surprised me. I thought the whole movie was just going to be about one Meg, kind of
Right,
like
right.
Jaws. Um, Obviously, the shock movie makes it Jaws related, but uh, again, the plot and the screenplay really doesn't follow a lot of the Jaws pacing and all of that. It's a different synopsis. Um, and the
And it's
ex-wife thing, I hate the ex-wife thing because it's such a trope. I really
yeah,
hate that because you see that all the time in these kind of movies. Um, but other than that, I mean, I was thoroughly entertained though. Like, it is entertaining. It's a good movie, and I like modern blockbusters because they're more easy on the eyes than like the late '70s and stuff with the CGI or whatnot. But it is what it is. It is what you expect it's going to be. Maybe a notch above.
nice. Bill,
Acting
did,
sucks
did when
though.
did you first see this, Bill?
I don't remember. Uh, well, did it come out 2016?
18.
Something like that. Yeah.
2018. So I probably saw it maybe like a year or two after that when it started playing on TV. Because I was coming from a weird place with this because I read the original novel that the movie's based on. There's a whole series of books now. The author's name is Steve Alton,
Hmm.
who I think he was a high school teacher, and he wrote this book, and it turned into like a major hit. So, and of course, one of the first things he did, or well, early on, he sold the movie rights to it, and it just sort of like languished in development hell for a long time because I think this was like 95
Hmm.
Right.
is when he wrote the book, something like that. So it's been waiting all that time to be made, and there were always like run-ups to it. Like if you were like a Meg fan, there were like these message boards you could go to and talk to other people who had intel about the movies that might be made, and then there were sketches of some of the scenes like the Meg versus helicopter scene, and there's a scene I don't even remember if this made it into the movie. There's a surfer that is almost eaten by the Meg. It's like a Meg versus surfer suspense
I
sequence.
I think Jason Statham does that in the second one.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was it. There were sketches of that as what it might look like in the completed film, and it just never happened. And then when we did get a movie, it was different than the novel. It had left the story behind, so we didn't really. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But let's just say that, and I knew that, so I just wasn't excited about seeing it. I did watch it on TV though, a couple years later, and it's exactly what you said, Owen. It's like it's a blockbuster film, and
Right.
it's intended to hit all those marks, like the hackneyed story that you mentioned about the ex-wife and like,
Yeah,
like that. These are the things that it's a cheap shot kind of. It was a little desperate to be a blockbuster. And I think this was an American Chinese co-production,
right.
and which I thought was really interesting because there were Asian characters in the original novel. Like they didn't just invent that out of whole cloth. So
Okay.
that was interesting to see that that it really ended up being a co-production type of film. But
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
I just I wasn't really overall I thought it was kind of silly, and I mean, I love silly movies. It was That's not what I wanted it to be. I was like, I don't want a comedy of Meg. I wanted something scary, and this is a giant shark. It should scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I saw this uh hold on, I was just trying to find John Turteltaub, the director, but I saw this in the movies and I loved it. My wife and I saw this and we've seen Meg 2. I think that came out last year or something like that.
Hmm.
I just walked in with my brain on check and I just expected to sit down and be mesmerized for an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's all I wanted out of this, and that's what we got. It's a decent monster movie. In my mind, this is on the same level as Jurassic Park 3. It's a decent monster movie. It doesn't try to be anything more, and it's not anything less. It keeps you from beginning to end. The action's good. Yeah, is it outrageous? Of course. It's a fucking fantasy movie.
Yeah.
I swear to God, there's got to be a parallel Earth somewhere where everyone's lives are exactly like it is that we see in the action movies. And then for when behind the scenes, when they go home and they sit down and watch TV, they're watching boring shows about our lives. They're tuning in. Oh, those guys are doing that Fright Lounge.
Reality.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Fast and the Furious. I want to know what reality those movies take place in. Like,
Right.
where are these street races happening?
Right.
It's
But
like
again, they
Speed
could
Racer on
drive on the Golden
steroids.
Gate Bridge,
Yeah.
like the cables of it.
Who are these people and how are they doing this? Why don't we see it? I want to see it for real.
But when this came out for me, it was Jason Statham versus a shark. It's a no-brainer. Of
Yeah,
course, I'm going to see
right.
it.
That is what you were going to expect. You're right. That is what you should expect too.
Yeah. Oops, I went full screen and I didn't mean to. Okay, good. Um, so yeah, so let me get the pictures up here, and we will go back to there and then to there. There's not a lot, as you guys can imagine. This movie came out in 2018. Newspaper ads were a thing of the past. Pretty much. But there were some things in the newspapers, so I'm going to share these with you because I was pleasantly surprised. There's that, and there's that, and there's share. And can you
Where's
guys see me?
Cher?
She's right next to Sunny over there. All right, can you guys see this?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. That's a pretty cool poster.
Yeah.
And this was from a newspaper when I looked it up at newspapers.com.
Full
Um,
color.
yeah. It's finally, this is kind of harkens back to when they used to make cool posters. And then we've got this one. That's a cool one. I remember seeing that in the theater. I don't even think the names were on there. I think it just said the Meg. And I remember seeing this poster when I went to a movie. I was like, oh my
I
God.
remember that poster as well. That's the first poster I ever saw for this movie.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God. The little human up there. And then there's Jaws, and oh, there's the Meg.
That's another problem I had with this movie. I was like, why is this giant shark trying to eat people? Like
It's
it's
Right.
so
the
tiny.
teeny tiniest little thing that it could eat.
Yeah.
Like it
It's
wants
like
more
trying to.
than
It's like trying to eat plankton.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like at best, it just wouldn't even know it was consuming people because it's so giant. But no,
Right.
it sees them and it goes after them. Jeez, it got excited over that.
That you just reminded me, actually, I wanted to say this during Rattlers was that the best scene in the movie was when the Cobra got out at the beginning in the school and the other teacher's like having a coronary and the main
Yeah.
guy, he like has to wrangle the snake. I thought they did a good job of intercutting
Hmm.
between that and probably the snake handler, you know. And in this movie, that was something I was gonna say. You go ahead and say what you're gonna say because I have to remember what I was gonna say.
No, I actually predicted the line in that movie, Rattlers, when after that the snake, the snake was at his foot and the guy put it back in the cage. And remember he said, "Okay, let's go. I'll buy you a cup of coffee." Right? I immediately go, "After that, you should buy me a drink."
Yeah,
And in the movie, that's exactly what he said. 2 seconds
that's
later, I
right.
was like, "Oh my God, I could have wrote this movie."
Oh my God. And in this one it was there was a similar thing. It was I forgot now. It'll come back to me. So anyways, here's another one. Like you said, Bill, it looks like it's a co-Japanese production, or this is probably just the Japanese.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this poster's Japanese.
Well,
Um,
the poster's Japanese,
yeah.
but the
But
co-production.
it was Chinese co-production. That's cool. That's really cool. He's got
Now
the
that
trident.
poster makes you think it's Jason Statham versus a shark.
Right.
You know? Oh, yeah, really? Yeah.
Oh my God. What was I gonna say? I love this image here. That
Yeah,
is just the coolest.
yeah, that's creepy.
It is so cool. But look at his movies. I mean, this guy, I mean, he's great in all the Expendable movies. The remake of The Mechanic was good. The remake of The Killer Elite was good. Safe. Like all his movies have been so good. There's one,
Uh,
what's the one I saw? The Beekeeper was excellent.
yeah, I heard of that. Good things about that.
And
I
it's
haven't seen
cool
it.
because the beekeeper is a code name for someone who basically is like a cleaner for the CIA. When things go sideways, you call in the beekeeper and he's got to go and,
Clean it up,
eliminate things and make sure that the hive is safe.
guys.
I love that. Oh, look at this, some trivia here. What is this? Which actor cemented his enduring fame by playing the title vampire in the classic 1931 screen version of Dracula?
Oh,
All right, Owen, this
wonder
is a
who that
test for you.
is.
Let's see. Let's test Owen. Owen, who became famous for playing Dracula in 1931?
Oh, that would be isn't that what's his name? Count Dooku?
Mm.
Uh
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee?
Wrong answer, Hans.
Really?
That was he played Dracula, but that was in the 1950s and 60s.
Oh, 31. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh no, I don't
his
know.
picture is right here.
Oh. Oh. You know what's funny? If you asked me this like 10 years ago, I would have known it.
Here's a hint.
And I
He's
forgot
dead.
the answer. Oh, he's definitely dead.
He, what's his name?
Oh.
Martin Landau won an Academy Award playing his life story. Well, not his life story, playing
In
him in a
Ed
movie.
Wood.
Ed
Who
Wood.
did?
Martin Landau from Space 1999. He
I
played
don't
this
know.
actor in a movie in Ed Wood.
Bram Stoker.
No, that's the guy who wrote Dracula. This is Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi. That's it. You're right. Yes.
All right, so let's see. Who played a comedic variation on
I
Dracula
know.
in the 79 movie Love at First Bite? You got to know this, Owen.
Oh, wasn't that
Children of the Night. Shut up. He's famous for being tan.
oh, Hamilton.
Yes,
Richard Hamilton.
George.
George
George
Hamilton. That's
Hamilton.
right. George Hamilton.
In the 85 film Fright Night,
Right
which
now.
veteran actor I should these questions are so easy. In the 1985 film Fright Night, which veteran actor played the vampire fighting host of a horror-themed TV series? I'll give you a hint. His character was Peter Vincent, vampire killer.
Vincent Price.
No, it's an homage to Peter Cushing and Vincent Price, but it was Roddy McDowell was
Roddy
Peter Vincent.
McDowell. I don't
All
know
right.
Roddy
You
McDowell.
got to know this one. The 87 vampire movie with Corey Haim, Kiefer Sutherland, Jason Patrick. If you don't get this, you can turn in your geek card.
Lost Boys.
Okay, thank you. Um, Before Sarah Michelle Gellar played the Buffy the Vampire
Yeah,
Slayer.
it was who had the title role in the movie that started? It was oh I know I can see her face right now, but I forget her name. Oh, just tell me it because I'm gonna punch
Bill,
myself. Who?
Bill, do you know
No, I don't even know.
the
The
blonde
original
chick?
Buffy, but what was her name?
She was she was um
Oh,
Damn
Christy Swanson.
Christy
Swanson.
Swanson. Yeah.
Yes, I think he's right.
Okay.
No, I
Yes.
saw the answer. It's
I know.
Christy Swanson.
I was like looked
Uh,
over to it. All right. In Interview with the Vampire Chronicles, in the movie based on the Interview with the Vampire Chronicles, who played the journalist who conducted the interview?
oh, Christian Slater.
Yes, it was originally River Phoenix, but he died. And which comedy star played the title vampire? Oh, Vampire in Brooklyn. Oh God, along with a couple of other roles.
Oh, Vampire in Brooklyn.
A big hint is that he played multiple roles, which is something he did a lot in his movies.
Yeah, it was Eddie Murphy.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good. Okay, now here again, it's Statham versus the shark in the Meg. The Meg centers on a living specimen of prehistoric megalodon, long thought to be extinct, with Jason Statham starring as Jonas. So they're still doing, at least in 2018, they were still doing movie reviews in the newspaper. So that's kind of cool. Showing pictures of it and everything, even though they didn't have the ads. Oh, and here's another color one. Oh, the little puppy. Beep,
Oh,
Great the Birth Shark.
don't look, Vivi.
beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep.
see, it sees a
Sip it.
teeny little dog and wants to eat it.
Yeah,
Right. The dog does survive at the end, right?
yeah,
Spoiler alert.
yeah. Pups
You
make
don't
dog
kill
day.
dogs or children, right?
The
We should go to
Megate
the East
kid.
Coast Gem, Mineral, and Fossil Show in West Springfield, Mass. All right. And then what's this one? Why the hell did I? Oh, was there a review of it or something? Kites of the World. That's kind of cool. There's a reason why I. Oh, the Meg is down here, I guess. Oh, so this my point was that they do kind of should still have listings in the newspapers, which is very sad that, but at least it's not 100% gone. You know what I mean?
Well, this was 2018, so
That's
are
true.
are they gone?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
after COVID,
Right.
did they even list anything?
That's a good point. Here's another. Oh, it's the same one. It's just a different newspaper. Oh yeah, here's a review. Let's see. A diver must confront a 75-foot long prehistoric shark to save the trapped crew of a submersible. It's not a review. It's just a description. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I thought that was good. The Wasp. And this is it. So this is the end. So I'm gonna get out of here. Can I?
I'll tell you another thing that I didn't like about the Meg versus the book. They changed the ending. And in the original, in the novel, I thought the way that he kills the Meg is a little more interesting in that because he's piloting this submersible, and it's a small one. It just like encapsulates your body basically, and he pilots it directly into the mouth of the shark. He like swims into its gut with the submersible, and then he comes out of it, like he breaks out of it, and with a knife he cuts the shark apart on the inside. And because he knows like the he studies sharks, so he knows where to go in its body, and he goes straight to its heart, and he just like cuts its heart, and it
That's
Really?
awesome.
dies with him, and then he cuts his way out of it and escapes. I thought that was pretty badass.
That is cool.
That would have been a better ending.
Oh my God. Frank commented on Facebook, Wizard of Oz might be my gateway movie. Tornado was the first scare, and then it gets nuts.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
wrong. Hey, the scarecrow shows up with a pistol towards the end. I love that. Nobody ever talks about that. All right,
When does
so
the
let's
scarecrow have a pistol?
when they're going to kill the witch, and
You're
they're
right.
walking, and he's got the gun in his hand, and he's like Don Knotts, terrified, and he's shaking.
Oh,
I think it's right when they get attacked by the flying monkeys.
well, a lot of good it did him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never used it, right?
Oh, that's you all over. Yeah, no, they took it from him. Um, all right, so we talked about Statham, who was in the Transporter series. That was why I first saw him, I think, and he was good in that.
I liked him in Snatch.
Yes, that was good.
Brad Pitt was good.
Li Bingbing was played Su Yin, major Chinese actress known for Resident Evil Retribution and Transformers: Age of Extinction, neither of which I've seen. Rainn Wilson, I like him. He was in Super. Super. Did you guys see Super at all?
You know what? I
No,
have. That is such an underrated movie.
It is, and it's depressing as hell. It's like
Yes, yes.
it totally like plays it like
That,
what if somebody really got the idea to dress up like a superhero
it,
and fight crime
it,
and
it's a deep dive. It divulges, excuse me, divulges deep
yeah.
into that emotion of like, yeah, it's cringe.
It's horrible. It's just absolutely awful. But like I guess in a good way, but I'll never watch it again. It's
Yeah.
just scary. But Galaxy Quest says he was in Galaxy. I'm trying to remember who he was in Galaxy Quest. I don't
Who
remember.
was?
Rainn Wilson? He was in the House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, you know what? He was in Galaxy Quest?
I don't know. It says it here, but I may have
Yeah, maybe
mistaken.
he was.
Ruby Rose was in John Wick Chapter 2. Oh, she was in Batwoman. Uh,
Batwoman.
yeah, the TV show.
Oh, I thought you meant the Wild World of Batwoman,
No,
the
no,
Jerry Warren film.
no. We've got, let's see who else. No, nobody. Robert Taylor. So nobody major in this. But the apparently it was in. Well, you said it, Bill. It was written in what, 95 or published in 95?
94, 95, somewhere
Okay,
around
so
there.
that's I was thinking about that when you said it. It was 20 years after Jaws, and then this is a little over 20 years after when the book was
Big
published, and
Riddick.
it apparently
Right.
was in development hell all of that time. Like you said,
Yeah.
the rights kept changing. There were rejected scripts and directors, and till they finally made it into a movie. So you can see why the end result is always different than the starting point when you come to a
Right.
Hollywood blockbuster, because you get too
Well,
many
You know what's
suits
funny?
involved.
When they first pitched it, probably in like '97 or something, it was like probably with Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis.
yeah, there were
You
names
know what I
attached.
mean?
I don't remember who, but there were
Yeah,
big
Right.
names
And then it
attached to
turns
it.
into Statham, 20 years later.
right, right.
The second book in the series was really good. It was called The Trench. And apparently that's not the script that they used. I mean, the script for the Meg 2 is not based on The Trench.
Oh, that's
Okay.
too bad.
But it was really interesting because you always hear a large portion of the novel and the movie too, they talk about the Mariana Trench,
Right.
and it's just really fascinating to me. It's terrifying to imagine being able to go down there into the deepest
Yeah.
place on planet Earth, and there's
Right.
so much pressure on you
Yeah.
down there. Like, I don't know how you could even do that. Apparently now you can. But
Yeah.
in the book, The Trench, there's like this mad scientist character who has this hideaway in the Mariana Trench. It's just so James Bond supervillain.
Right.
And I
That's
wanted to
awesome.
see that so bad because I don't remember in the Meg, the movie The Meg, do they have the prehistoric creatures that the Meg eats in the trench?
I don't think they did.
I don't think so.
There were dinosaurs in the book that still lived in the trench too. There was some large creature that coexisted down there because you would think, what are these megalodon eating at the
Right.
bottom of the Mariana? There's nothing down there. Like literally, it's a barren wasteland down there, and anything that lives down there is teeny tiny. So
Hmm.
what are they eating? Well, the answer was these dinosaur things that were trapped down there with them. And they were sort of like a factor in the trench too. He
Huh.
had like this underwater, obviously underwater, but like this undersea uh lair
Ecosystem.
that he had built down there, and there was of course a window that looked out onto the trench. I was in his bedroom. I was like,
Wow.
Jesus Christ, could you imagine that? Like you're just like, oh yeah, in my bedroom, like I'm looking out into the Mariana Trench.
Oh my
Like
God.
just,
That would be
that's some
awesome.
scary shit.
Yeah. And they're constantly finding like new life forms and like even below that, I think they've gone, I don't know necessarily under the trench itself, but below the land, below sea level,
Hmm.
they've been finding all these other like ecosystems and
Yeah.
creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
There's shit down there. We just haven't seen it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I mean, say what you want. All right, flat Earth. No, the Earth is not flat, but hollow Earth. That it's what, like hundreds of miles
I do think
deep.
you're right.
They could definitely be something like that in there.
Well, yeah, and the planet is just, it's constantly shifting and changing. So there are openings down there, tectonic plates are shifting.
Yeah.
And so
Those
there,
thermal vents too.
yeah, there's something down there. I mean, like, it's not like, we don't know what
Right.
might be down there, but yeah, it could be, that some places there is room for something deeper than the trench or deeper than the deepest ocean.
Yeah.
That's a
There's still giant squids.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. The visual effects teams between Sony Pictures Imageworks, Image Engine, and Scanline VFX had to design the Meg, the underwater atmospherics, and realistic aquatic life. And then apparently it was converted to 3D in post-production. I don't think I saw it in 3D. I'm not a fan of modern 3D movies because first of all, they don't do anything. They don't enhance the movie in any way, especially if they're doing it after the fact.
Yeah.
Um, but the movie made 529 million and the budget was around 100 between 130 and 178. So that's pretty good. Yes, it was a US-China co-production, which allowed favorable distribution terms in China. That's good. Statham has mentioned diving with bull sharks during his preparation for this movie. So that's pretty cool. So, all right, I'm gonna go first this time on my final thoughts on this. Check your brain at the door, but it's just popcorn fun. I highly recommend it. It's a perfect melding of an action star and a killer prehistoric gigantic shark. What else could you ask? What more could you want out of this movie? I think it was really good. Bill, why don't you go next?
It's okay. I don't hate it, but I'll probably never watch it again. It was, it seemed a little disposable to me. And maybe that's what blockbusters sometimes are intended for. They're supposed to please a large audience, but maybe that window of opportunity for it to reach that many people is short. So I think that's kind of maybe what happened with the Meg, because it did get a sequel. Has there been a third one?
I think they're working on it.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. I just I liked it, but I would never watch it again. I just didn't think it was. I kept imagining what it could have been if they had stuck a little closer to the book.
Right, right. Owen?
Yeah, I mean not until Bill said it, I didn't know there was a book. I thought it was, just your typical out of nowhere blockbuster. But knowing there was a book, then I'm actually more disappointed in it. Um, but it is a fun ride. It's fine. Like he said, I wouldn't watch it again. Most likely. I was a little disappointed that I really actually thought the shark would be bigger. I know it probably was the biggest shark we've seen on television, a movie, possibly as far as I know, but I really think it should have been bigger. I don't know. The Meg, in real life, isn't it be able to like basically swallow that boat they were on like in one gulp, right? Isn't it supposed to be that big?
Yeah, but the
70
oxygen
feet, I
levels
think.
aren't the way what they were in prehistoric times.
Right, but then it'd
So it
be too
wouldn't
big to
be
eat
that big.
people, right? So
Yeah,
So yeah, but it is a good ride. Little predictable, but I like the ending actually, believe it or not. It wasn't too bad. I like the ending a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a fun ride if you get some good popcorn. It's not fun. It's not bad to watch.
And that was one thing I liked about it too, was they made you like the characters. I liked Statham, but I liked, all the characters that surrounded him. I thought they were really good.
Yeah, they
Um,
did okay job of character development for one of those type of movies they usually don't.
right, right. You wouldn't expect it. All right. And last tonight, we are going to talk about Day of the Animals from 1977. The synopsis is when the ozone layer taps out thanks to 70s hairspray, every critter above 5,000 feet turns into a murderous Disney villain. Into this hell-like stumble Stephen Buckner, Santee, and a gaggle of tourists who think backpacking means bringing your own drama. Wolves raid the camp, hawks dip from the sky like kamikaze pilots, and rats chase sheriffs into early retirement. Meanwhile, the government quietly tells everyone above a certain altitude, "Good luck, you're on your own." As the hikers stumble through abandoned towns and chewed up food caches, the wilderness basically says, "Your weekend retreat is now my buffet." The true star of this movie is Leslie Nielsen as Paul Jensen, a corporate blowhard who, instead of sticking to the trail, goes full psycho, barking orders, smacking hikers around, and eventually trying to assault Beth, only to get body slammed by a grizzly bear in what may be the most cathartic mauling in eco horror history. Elsewhere, dogs, snakes, and mountain lions divide the tourists into maimed and temporarily breathing groups, while the army arrives late in hazmat suits to scoop up the last survivors, including a traumatized little girl in a junk car. By the finale, Buckner, Santee, and a couple of hangers-on float downstream like river hobos, while one final hawk dive bombs the camera, just in case you thought it was safe to put down your aerosol can. So this was directed by one of my favorite directors, William Girdler, who also did the Manitou, which I don't think we've have we talked about the Manitou, Bill?
I don't remember. We definitely should.
We yeah, that's a great movie. But anyways, I don't want to do digress on that. Stars Christopher George. We've seen him in a lot of stuff. He was the action star of Rat Patrol. He was in Grizzly and Enter the Ninja and Maniac, right? Him and his wife there, Linda
Pieces
Day
Yeah.
George.
is the movie you're thinking of.
Which one?
Pieces,
Pieces. That's
not
what.
Maniac.
Yep. No Pieces. So to the point where like my wife recognizes them too now when they're on. She's like, "Oh my God, is that the couple that's married?"
They usually came as a package deal. Yeah.
Yeah. He died young though because he was in an accident when he was shooting the Rat Patrol. He was in a Jeep that flipped over, and I guess his heart got damaged from that. And then
Hmm.
not too long after this movie, Day of the Animals, he died.
He died in 83.
83. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not too long.
83 of a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
It was right after Mortuary came out. In fact,
Right.
he may have died before it was theatrically distributed.
Right.
I love his body of work. He's got a great list
Yeah,
of genre
good,
movies.
good presence on camera.
I thought you were going to say you loved his body. I was like, I didn't expect that.
No, Bill Tarzan, no swing that way.
He had a very he had a very memorable Playgirl layout, and one in which he was cutting a piece of fruit with this gigantic knife right next to his manhood. It was terrifying.
That's funny.
Any man would shrink if he saw that.
That's awesome.
It was someone's idea of a good joke.
Oh my God. So as we mentioned, Linda Day George, she plays Mandy in this. She was on Mission Impossible for a couple of years, 71 to 73. She was in, like we said, Pieces and just a lot of 70s and 80s TV stuff. Richard Jekyll, of course. How can you not love Richard Jekyll? He was in Mako. He was the main guy in that who was the telepath who could talk to sharks.
He was in Grizzly as well.
Grizzly,
I'm pretty
yep.
sure.
Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, The Dirty Dozen, Starman. Just love him. And what's the one? Green Slime. I always remember him from Green Slime. For some reason, I remember my mother talking about him, and it was so he was very recognizable back then. She's like,
Richard
"Oh, Richard
Jekyll.
Jekyll's in this."
He was in Chosen Survivors,
Yes.
that movie about the vampire bats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Leslie Nielsen. Now, all right, I gotta ask, did you guys I didn't have this trouble, but did you guys have any trouble with him in this, knowing, like, having him from Airplane in the back of your mind?
Yes, but when I first saw that he was in it, I was like pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh, cool. Like someone I really know, is going to be in it. Some of these older movies that I'm not used to. And yeah, but you always have that sometimes because his dry humor, it doesn't change. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Because he delivers it the
The
same way
same
he would
way,
deliver a serious
even in
line.
a comedy. It's just a funnier line in a comedy. It's not, I'm gonna rape you or whatever.
How soon till we
Uh,
land? I can't tell. You can tell me I'm a doctor. I mean, I just don't know. Can't you take a guess? Not for a couple hours. You mean you can't take a guess for another couple hours? No.
a hospital, what is it? It's a place that holds patients, but that's not important right now.
My poor son, though, Spencer, you guys know Spencer. He had a hard time with this movie when we watched it a few years back because he just couldn't get past Leslie Nielsen being serious. Like, I had already
Right.
seen Leslie Nielsen in Forbidden Planet and, a bunch of other stuff long before I saw him in Airplane.
But he was
So,
such a straight actor before Airplane.
yeah.
Like he was straight. He was serious
I
Well,
before
can't think
that.
this
of him as
movie.
any other way now. Like every single thing that I knew him from
Yeah.
originally, like this movie would have been probably the first time I ever became aware of Leslie Nielsen. But then Creep Show, where he
Yep.
plays exactly the same kind of character, exactly the same.
Yeah.
Creep Show, his character could be right from an Airplane film, and it's just all I can think of now. There's no
Yeah.
other Leslie Nielsen to me.
I remember seeing a blooper of him from Creepshow where he's standing on the beach looking down, like the camera's on the ground looking up at him, and he's talking to the other character, and there's a plane going overhead, and he's got the gun in his hand. He just turns around and he, like, pretends to shoot the plane because he's getting pissed off. Um, the other actor that I loved in this was Michael Ansara. I mean, I remember him. He was Cochise on TV, if you guys ever saw
Yeah.
that. He was on Lost in Space. Kurt Russell played his son, and they were like this alien father and son team, and Kurt Russell ends up in this match against Will Robinson, and then the two fathers end up clashing because the kids almost
I
kill each other.
can remember that. Yes.
And because Guy Williams played Zorro, he was John Robinson in this, the father. Him and Michael and Sarah got to have a Zorro type sword fight.
No way.
Michael Ansara was married to Barbara Eden.
That's right.
He was
Really?
also in the Manitou, Michael
Yep.
Ansara.
The Manitou, yeah. He's awesome. He's got that awesome voice. He's just like, I'm Michael and Sarah. Um, and all right, and so then we had Ruth Roman, who was she was a golden age actress. She was like the poor man's Shelley Winters, wasn't she in this?
Yeah.
I fucking love Ruth Roman because of the baby.
The baby,
I'm
that's
such a
right.
huge fan of the baby, and she's amazing in the baby. She's amazing in this too, but this is like so contrived. All of her lines in this movie are her character being in this film is extremely contrived. But I'm sure as hell glad she's there because I love her.
She's just like, yeah, you want I should take your picture now? We're up in the mountain. It's like,
Ah.
hold on, let's check in the comments. No, okay. So let's look at some of the newspaper ads. I don't know if I already opened it. Let me go to there we go. Share and share alike. No, that's Rattlers. We don't want that. Hold on. I need to open the wrong one, and this is Day of the Animals. Here we go. And now I'm gonna go back to this stupid camera is like in my face. All right, here we go. All right, so we get a bunch of stuff. This top one here was from Day of the Animals. A huge bear that runs amok is the protagonist. Oh, this is Grizzly. All right. Teamed with Grizzly in many of the outlying houses is Dave the Animals, another outdoor adventure story starring Christopher George and Leslie Nielsen.
Grizzly came first, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that's funny.
And
Uh,
quite frankly, they are very similar. They're almost the same movie. Watching them together would be like one long supercut because Christopher George is in both of them as well.
that's right. Yeah,
Jekyll's in it. I mean,
yeah,
that'd be a weird experience.
it would be. It's like a parallel Earth thing,
Jekyll gets killed by the bear in Grizzly, but then he's back in Day of the Animals.
right?
It was just a flesh wound.
Sidney Poitier.
Yeah. What is that one? A piece of the
Play a
act.
piece of the action.
That's the name of a good Star Trek episode too. All right. Wait a minute. James Caan. That does not look like. I guess it is James Caan. All right.
That is James Caan.
All right. And then we've got Star Wars. I always love this poster because it's before they knew who the actors were going to be to play in the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the X-Wing.
Princess Leia looks like
Wait.
Gloria Gaynor.
Yeah. I will
Uh,
survive,
I
baby.
will survive.
The only R2 and C3PO is the only ones, well, and Darth Vader
Yeah.
that are unchanged. Yeah.
That's so funny. Use the Force, Luke. All right. Then we've got Cinderella 2000, a fun
2000.
action. And then way down the bottom, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Madams next to Grizzly and Dave the Animals.
Johnny Wood. What the hell?
That's
What a
John
name.
Holmes.
Johnny Wood.
Is it John Holmes? Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
So it's like Dirk Diggler as what do you call it? Like in that movie, he had like three names,
Oh, yeah.
three fake porn
Was it-
names.
That was Boogie Nights, right? Yeah.
Boogie Nights, yeah.
Boogie Nights. Look at this 18 feet of gut crunching, man eating terror. I love that. That's a great tagline.
Whose guts
Man eating
crunch?
terror.
I don't know, but it evokes a visceral image, you know, a
This
visceral.
person ate a lot of granola, so their guts are crunchy.
Electricity in-car heaters optional. That's cool. That always scared me. Like, what if they're pumping gas, you know, some kind of toxic gas?
Yeah, they could take you out real easy.
Oh, look what I just noticed up here too. There's the selected in you in Amityville. That's
What a
cool.
horror.
New York. I told you I took pictures of the Amityville house when I was a kid, right? No?
I think
No,
you told us that. Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
I'll
yeah.
I'll tell the story another time. I gotta find them. My mother has them. It was freaky.
I've been there.
Um,
I mean, I drove past it.
Dave the Animals.
Dave the
Problem
Animals.
was it was like
Oh, Mark. And then also versus Godzilla versus Megalo. Who's
What the
Megalo?
hell? Yeah.
I don't know who Megalo is.
Megalo sounds like a rapper, not a kaiju.
That's great. Oh my God. Godzilla versus Megalo. It's Megalon, you idiots. The greatest suspense thriller of the decade, Black Sunday. I remember that. Wasn't that about a football stadium that has a bomb scare or something?
It was a terrorist attack on the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. And that was a true story, right? Or no?
No.
Oh,
Right.
the greatest and between the lines. So Day of the Animals gets top billing there. I love that. But it's playing with Godzilla versus Megalo. That's awesome. Let's see what other gems we can find in here.
Between the lines.
Audrey Rose and Carrie. Wow.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
The car.
Yeah.
Look no further than the car.
I love the car. Or the devil himself. That's a great movie.
Love the car.
That's
Is it a
James
horror movie?
Brolin.
What's the car?
Oh, talk about Jaws ripoffs.
Yeah.
That is a Jaws ripoff. We should have talked
So
about the
like
car.
Christine?
Kind of, but the car is just nobody's car. It just shows up in this town and starts running people over, and
That's awesome.
there's nobody driving it.
And it is the most beautiful, badass car you will ever see. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, I want it so bad. George Barris the creator of the Munster Mobile made that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Someday I might make that, and it's awesome. The greatest,
Hmm.
the big bus. I keep seeing the big bus. What is the big bus?
I don't know
Is
what
that
the
a
big bus is.
Kind of hit the wall.
Audrey Rose and Carey,
Gator.
Slapshot, The Sting, Black Sunday, Muhammad Ali, Gator.
Gator.
I think
That's
I
got to
saw
be
that.
just like dogs, right?
Huh?
Dog.
It's it's an eco
Not
horror
dogs.
film with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, Burt Reynolds. House by the Lake, Strange Shadows in an Empty
Vaccaro.
Room.
I honestly believe that even just a little bit of Vaccaro is enough to transform you inside.
A little bit of what?
Brenda Vaccaro.
Oh, but look at this. Strange Shadows in an Empty Room. That's a movie, right?
Yeah, we saw an ad for it before.
Oh, okay.
It's like an Italian poliziotteschi type
Oh, I
film.
love those. My favorite is Live Like a Man, Die Like a Cop with what's his name? Ray Lovelock. Great movie. All right. Oh, we got look at Star Wars was huge. Star Wars is a blockbuster. And then over here we get the Merchant of Venice. Uh this looks like Boston. Oh yeah, it is a Boston newspaper. It's the Boston Globe because look at you get Framingham, Brockton, Burlington, Peabody. Um so I'm trying to see where did it play? It's Alive was playing. Wow. Oh,
It's
there
a,
we go. Dave, Dave the Animals. So Hanover, Braintree. Yeah, those were all far away. Brockton, yeah, that's like those are all like 2 hours away from Stoneham. I would have never seen it there. Circle, Lawrence, no, Woburn. Oh, here we go, Woburn. I would have seen it at Woburn.
still there too.
Yeah, the one in Revere closed down though. That sucked. That was like
Yeah.
right around the corner from Spencer. But here's a great. Wait a minute, Citizens Bandit, Lifeguard. Why does that look scary? Lifeguard.
That's Sam Elliott.
Is it?
Yeah.
That looks
Is
freaky.
it? Yeah, it does look freaky. Well, yeah, you get closer, it looks better.
For centuries, they were hunted
Now it's
for
their
bounty,
turn.
fun,
Day of
and
the Animals.
food. When are lions ever hunted for food?
Uh,
Sam
June.
Elliott. He makes a great lifeguard. His gigantic penis keeps him afloat at all times.
Could use
You
it a little
cannot
more
drown the man.
strength.
Chelmsford.
Hargreaves Night, Yellow Summer.
Yeah.
Oh, Harvard Square. The Bridal Cinema that we're playing.
Stoneham. Is Stoneham on there?
Should be. I think, it was a
It was
general
in
cinema, so it was usually in the general cinema guide.
Tom
Oh,
Jones
there it
is
is, right there.
freaking out.
Right there. They played the
Tom
Gospel
Jones.
Principle and Citizens Band.
Oh, that's unusual.
Psychic Killer. That's a good one.
Yes.
Pa, pa, pa.
Do do do. It's alive. I never saw It's Alive back then, but it was one of those movies that it was too scary. Even though my parents always took me to scary movies, I didn't want to see It's Alive. It just looked way too scary.
And what did you think when you finally saw It's Alive?
I loved it.
If it wasn't too scary, was
No, it
it?
wasn't. I mean, I remember Dawn of the Dead and my friend going, "Oh my God!" and some guy shoots this guy in the head and it blows up, and it was like, "Oh my God!" It's like the reputation makes the movies sound even worse than they are.
Yeah.
But look at this one. I would have loved to have seen this one. A girl called Tigress. She's the new superstar of karate kung fu. One's Japanese, one's Chinese, but okay. Duel of the Iron Fist. She's unstoppable, unbeatable, and incredible. She'll shatter your senses with her violent revenge. Citizens Band. I just set up the my CB radio in the garage. That's so funny. But what do we?
Candy Clark's in that one.
Who is?
Candy Clark.
Oh, okay. Look at this. I've never seen this movie, but I love this poster of Cross of Iron.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
seen that
cool
either.
The power of Peckinpah has never been so real or so brilliant. Have you seen this? Owen?
Which one?
Cross of Iron?
No, I love the poster though, just like you do.
Yeah.
I was
But here's
agreeing with you.
here's Day of the Animals. We got a few more. There's a guy fighting facing up against the bear. Oh, that's probably supposed to be Leslie Nielsen. And then I don't know, wolves or dogs or something on the left.
Yeah.
And it's alive. Three, Island of the Alive. I mean, it's alive.
The one film you should not see alone. Airport 77. Mega
Oh,
vibes.
Yeah. All right, what do we got? So we got Day of the Animals again over here.
Sullivan Square
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Airport
Starlight
77.
Drive-In had Freaky Friday. I'm surprised my parents. I lived at the Starlight Drive-In. We did not see that or Gus. I think my parents hated those kind of live-action Disney movies because I never saw any of those. Airport was it Airport 77? Flight 23 is crash in the Bermuda Triangle.
Even
I think I
worse, it
saw
was
that.
in the Bermuda Triangle.
Right? It's bigger, more exciting than Airport 75. Oh man, I love those movies. Christopher Lee's in it. There you go. Good. Do. So we've got some. Oh, this Stoneham again. Oh, Saugus. Yeah, Stoneham. What's with the crappy movie Stoneham? No wonder I never saw this.
Uh,
What's
Uh,
with the what?
so our hometown theater did not play Day of the
Robert
Animals. That's
Shaw.
why I never
Speaking
saw
of
it.
Jaws, Robert Shaw was in
Yeah,
that
he
Oh,
was
then
movie.
Quint.
Sting.
He was Quint. Oh yeah, what's his name? Robert Redford just died recently.
Yeah.
That was sad. All right, so we get some good ones here. Auntie Mamie, Rosalind Russell, Gypsy. I like that poster. That's really cool. Kind of similar, wasn't it? Was it Rattlers that had a poster like that, or
No, dogs.
Dogs? Yeah. After the movie, only the terror remains.
Divorce announcements. That sounds like a cool movie.
Eric Smith is pleased to
Hey, your
announce the
divorce greeting
divorce.
cards there.
That's hilarious.
Honey, well, ex-honey, it was nice being married to you. Divorced.
I'll leave this under your pillow like a mint. And then I'm out of here.
That's wicked funny. Uh,
It's over.
Here's a great one. Look at this. So this chick was also the chick at the very beginning of Jaws who got eaten,
Yeah.
Well, that's
right?
not Chrissy. That's not Susan Baclini. That's the little girl in Day of the
Oh,
Animals.
okay. But she was in it though. She was the girlfriend there. Like there was the
Yeah,
boyfriend and girlfriend.
Susan Baclini. She was a stunt person, and she played Chrissy in Jaws, and she
Right.
also played the very first victim, the one that got attacked by a bird, and she fell down.
Yeah.
It got her. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah, this little girl
has seen it,
Leslie Nielsen.
and she will never be the same. She has
oh.
lived through the Day of the Animals.
Oh, the Andrew Prine was in Grizzly. I forgot about that. It's Hitchcock's The Birds with an eye more on shock.
That was generous.
Right. But I love Day of the Animals. I thought that was well made. Okay, Star Wars again. There we go. Day of the Animals is high in suspense despite its faults. Uh, Next day, all the affected animals are dead. The ozone layer is back to normal, and everybody's rescued from the mines. He just gave away the fucking end of the movie. It sounds genuinely ridiculous, but the movie's surprisingly entertaining. I'll give it that. What is this? Retain some disco.
Oh, Just Jazz is going to keep some disco. Good.
Yo, Legend of Hell House. All right, and what else do we got here? Day of the Aminals again.
There's the car.
The car.
But,
Is it a phantom, a demon, or the devil himself? Riverfront Dinner Theater is playing Hello, Dolly. Well, hello. Oh yeah, you can see these two images a little bit better in this one. Also now playing at selected first run theaters throughout the Philadelphia area. There you go, Bill.
What?
Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia, though.
Right.
That's on the other side of the state.
I
That's
know.
I've only been to Philadelphia once in my life.
Mikey and Nicky with Peter Falk and John Cassavetes. Used to call him Peter Fork when I was a kid. And that's it. That's all I got for our things. So let's take a quick peek if there's any more comments. Nope. But folks, like I said earlier during coming back from the break, if you want to leave a comment after we've already recorded a show, just do it, and hopefully I'll get notified for them. We'll read them. So this film was shot on location, Northern California, specifically in Murphy's and Long Barn. Um, oh yeah, we talked about her. Oh yeah, William Girdler died in a helicopter crash while scouting location for a later movie called The Overlords, which obviously never got made. That was really sad because he's got a very small body of work, but I love his movies.
Yeah, he was extremely competent and he was great at working with a low budget.
Yeah,
The stuff that he accomplished with a low budget was pretty impressive.
yeah. This movie's been considered one of his more unhinged and fun efforts.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I thought this was, excuse me, I thought this was interesting. Because animals vary in how predictable or trainable they are, the film used many cutaway shots, quick edits, and implied horrors rather than long tracking animal encounters. Well, there you go. That goes to what you just
Right.
said, Bill. You know, he knew how to do it on a budget and work around what you can't do, work around it.
The
Uh,
Georges went on a press junket when this movie came out uh, to do promotion for it. And they were like campaigning against the destruction of the ozone layer. Like they had suddenly
No.
taken an apology for to promote Day of the Animals.
that's hilarious. I just read one of the alternate titles was Something is Out There. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it came out
That-
again like in 1981. I think they reissued it as Something is Out There. And there's even a TV spot for it. There's a poster. It's meaningless. It's just like a glowing door. It tells you nothing about what this movie is going to be. And I saw Day of the Animals at the Monsterama on the big screen, and it had the title "Something is Out There" cut in. So that must be how they left most of the prints with that title cut in because that happened in '81.
oh, that's funny. I found it playing in some theaters, but I don't see there's no poster for it without a deeper dive.
It was frequently a second feature with something else. I forget what the other feature was. And in teeny tiny print in the ads, it said formerly titled Day of the Animals.
Oh,
So
that's funny.
they warned you.
Escape from Paris. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So, that's it. It's again, it kind of rode the wave of this these whole after Jaws sort of really made animals as villains a blockbuster material. Then there was this whole wave of man versus nature kind of movies. So the other way around, nature versus man
yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Bill, why don't you give us your final thoughts on Day of the Animals?
It's not my favorite Girdler, but it's good. And I dig it. I like the people in it. There's people, even Susan Baclini, who unfortunately meets her demise as she did in Jaws. At least she has a couple lines in this. In
Yeah,
Jaws, they just basically ate her right at the beginning, but
yeah,
she gets to do a couple things in this movie. Presumably she did her own stunts because there is a fall scene and she was a stunt woman. So
right.
I'm sure that was really her that fell. And stuff like that makes it special for me. And Leslie Nielsen wrestling a bear. I mean, come on. Who
Exactly.
who wouldn't want to see that? So I like that stuff about it. I do think it's a little bit less, or it's less than Grizzly somehow, even though there are more animals and different kinds of attacks in this movie. I think Grizzly works better. And unfortunately, Linda Day was not in Grizzly. You only had
Right.
Christopher George alone. But Day of the Animals is still special. There's no way that you could dislike Day of the Animals. And if you do, you are not a good person. I don't trust you.
Owen, what are your final thoughts on Day of the Animals?
um, I liked it. It was unique. I thought it was different. It definitely dragged a bit in the beginning. It could have had better editing. But that last like that first hour seemed like 2 hours, but then it because they just kept focusing on birds and nice shots of the area and all that. But there was some good character development in the early going. Like every single person in it seemed like they knew what they were doing acting wise. You know what I mean? It seemed like
Yeah.
a really solid cast out of, compared to the other movies we reviewed.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and with the budget he had, you're right. Like the attacks were unique. They were a little more realistic. Um, just because a tiger went on them and scratched their hands up a little bit, they didn't like die like they would in some other movies at the time or whatever. So it was a little more realistic. I liked it. Uh, Entertaining, very very suspenseful. You didn't know when the next attack was going to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little jump scares, you know what I mean? I did laugh my ass off though. The way those rats were jumping off the turkey at the sheriff. Oh my God. That cracked me up. The way they were flying at his face. It
That I think they were being thrown at him. And that makes me think. I think we might have talked about this movie once before, Bill, right?
looked so weird. Like they would like, jumping
They
like
they were
Probably.
they were flinging the rats at him, and I think they even really killed him, right, Bill?
well, no,
I
he
don't
just got bit
remember
on the
that.
face.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie with rats in it.
No, when he was in the kitchen.
Well, yeah, that scene when that like off screen they had guys tossing the rats at him.
I don't
Oh, okay.
remember them
Okay.
killing the rats though, or that it
No, but
happened on screen.
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe thinking of a different movie, but
The,
yeah, that was hilarious. That was
the way they jumped,
yeah.
it was just weird.
Um, yeah, I
But
mean, I absolutely love this movie.
yeah, good
I
time.
One thing I loved about it was there was a lot of subtleties. Like if you're not paying attention to that radio in the background before it gets broken,
Mhm.
you miss a whole setup about the ozone.
Yeah.
And they kind of mention it offhandedly a couple times. So they're like, well, the guy on the radio said we got to get to a lower altitude. But again, it was a throwaway line. If you missed it, you missed it and you had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. No, I
Uh,
didn't miss it, so I did see that, luckily.
yeah. I love stuff like that. Like it didn't have to over explain itself. And you're
Right.
like, all right, you can buy it. Because that was a big, do you remember that, you guys? The
Oh
ozone
yeah.
layer. That was a
Yeah.
big deal back then.
There was a lot of talk about it. Too late,
Yeah.
of course. After it was already there, the hole in the ozone was already there.
Yeah. Turns out it ends up healing itself anyway. So,
Right.
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, great cast. Leslie Nielsen's awesome in this movie. I mean, going toe to toe against the bear was
That was
awesome.
awesome.
And it was a great study too, because that was another subtle thing. Like he was already kind of a belligerent guy to begin with. But then as he started to get progressively worse, I remember when I first watched this many years ago, kind of going, wait a minute, he's starting to be affected by
It's
that,
affecting
by the
him. Yeah.
thing. That
Yeah.
was cool.
He's a base type person, like an animal.
Yeah.
And the switch was once he took his shirt off. Then he became more belligerent,
Yeah,
more aggressive.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he was going to assault that woman, but thankfully he didn't. But yeah, I highly recommend this. I think of the four. Well, Owen, I want to ask you. You said the first one was dogs. You said that was your second favorite of the four we did tonight.
Yeah, this was probably my first.
Oh, this one, really?
favorite. Yeah,
Nice.
I would think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
yeah. I'd say it's my favorite of the four too.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, I do have one question though.
sure.
This I might have missed. Like you said, it has subtle things in it. I mean, I don't want to spoil, but like, why did all the animals, die? So there was some sort of contagion or something. Why did they all pass away?
Oh, at the end, I think it
Yeah.
was. They said that the. I don't know actually. I think it just burnt them out, right?
Yes, the condition caused a severe fever or something that, you know, to, they didn't really recover from it. They just died.
Right. I heard them mention something too about immunity. So some humans are immune to the ozone effect.
I don't
Yeah, they
know.
said that somewhere too,
I heard
subtly
that
near
too,
the
and
end.
that was at the very end, right? And I think it was
Right when they found that little girl.
yeah, because Leslie
Oh,
Nielsen
that
wasn't,
poor
but the
little
others
girl.
were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she saw the whole
strange.
thing happen right in front of her.
Yeah. Oh my God, she's messed up for life. All right, folks. Well, thank you once again for joining us this month. And next month is, of course, October, which means Halloween. We're going to come up with some fun stuff to cover. I think I had mentioned before I wanted to maybe do some gateway movies. So I'm picking The Monster Squad from 1987. That's one of my favorites, and I would love to talk about that. So you guys and hopefully Dante, I'll let him know too, Dantes, and we'll come up with next month's lineup. So, Bill, why don't you tell the folks where they can find you and your recent publication online?
groovydoom.etsy.com is where you want to go to buy Drive-In Asylum. That's the fanzine I publish. And every year at Halloween, I do a special fanzine called Haunt. It's this year there's 60 pages and it's all black and white newsprint images of Halloween stuff, just like local businesses, haunted attractions, movies, recipes, puzzles, just stuff all clipped from the newspaper that has something to do with Halloween. Or you know how like even the supermarket ads had little ghosts and witches around them at
Yeah.
Halloween. It's stuff that looks cool like that I clipped and put together in the form of a collage. So go check it out. You can find me on Facebook at Groovy Doom and on YouTube under the same name. Basically all the platforms. Insta, I'm on there. There you go.
Awesome. Awesome. Yep. And I'm on all those as well. You can go to my website, havenpodcasts.com. You can also find my work at soaphub.com, soapcentral.com, and now collider.com, which I did a bunch of articles so far. I did one about how the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew mysteries is basically was an unconscious influence on Supernatural. Because both there was a lot of similarities between the shows where you've got the brothers and the father and the father issues and all that stuff, and they got a cool vehicle. They had the van, the the awesome GMC van. So anyways, that's it, and that's thank you for joining us, and join us again next month. And